Hello, people of Earth! It's your pal, the Orbital Outcast, Rad Gnarly, coming your way with another Loki broadcast. Today is Thursday, and you know what that means. It's the final show of the first generation of the GWA in Fire Pro Wrestling World. But first, I'd like to say hello to everyone in chat or check us out on VOD. No matter where or when you happen to be in this great big old world of ours, happy to have you with us. Hope the day finds you well. Alright. Now, I have not booked this final card because I thought, let's go for transparency as we began our journey with the GWA, so shall we end it? I mean, I know there was a period there in which I... Hey, GR, what's going on? Hope you're having a good day. Yeah, there's a big finale incoming for sure. We're going to book that live on the air, and then we're going to play through it, as I was just saying. That's sort of how we started things off. There was a long period in where we were in such a groove that we were running like 2 cards a day, or 2 cards a week, excuse me. So I would book the first one before the show, and then just show the booking of the second one, and we'd run like 2 10-card shows sometimes, and the streams got to be like 3.5, 4 hours long, which is, you know, fine for some, but I like to keep mine at around like 3 hours. For me, like entertainment, my standard unit of entertainment measurement was like a wrestling pay-per-view, so like 2 hours and 45 minutes, 3 hours, like growing up as a kid, that was like, wow, that's as much as you can possibly hold my attention. Anyway, so we're going to book ourselves the last show of the first generation of the G1, then we're going to take, or first generation of the GWA. The G1 is something else entirely. This is the G1 of GWA after all. Then we're going to sort of take a look at the landscape of the universe and where things stand in terms of who's champion where. We're going to get the year-end awards because it is the end of an actual year in the game, so we'll see like literally what promotion is where, if any of them have to fold, so on and so forth. We're hoping to go out just 10 title matches. We're going to have 8 of our GWA belts on the line, as I have these are my title notes, and I also have my big old roster page up here on my clipboard, because as I book this, I'm going to be just sort of crossing people off to see how many of our 51 roster members are actually going to make it onto the final card. We do have 3 title matches already determined through previous play or just through overall booking style that I've been doing. So let's poop ourselves on over to the GWA screen itself. Ha-cha-chow, there we go. That's us in the corner. And we'll start booking this here event. We're going to need to invite someone because we lent Zeus to the National Wrestling Alliance, and wouldn't you know it, they became NWA World Heavyweight Champion. So we're going to have them defend that NWA title on this last show. So that's going to fill one more slot on the card. So it's going to be 9 titles that we have. So we're going to look to bring in someone to face Zeus for that belt, and I'm open to anybody across any promotion, quite honestly. And the second, we're going to try to maybe bring in a champion from elsewhere, someone that we're friendly with, and then put them against somebody on our roster. That's something to do. So no, it's an extra singles match, since these are just all going to be singles matches, with the one exception that the GWA tag straps are going to be on the line. Darby Allin and Bray Wyatt are going to defend them against To Be Determined. So we'll find out about that as we figure things out here. Let's go down to records and help. There we go, view title belts. Let's take a look at some of these singles champions elsewhere in the world. The WWE will have nothing to do with us, so don't even look at those. New Japan will, though. I can bring in Jay White, perhaps, or Kenta. Would be fun. AEW hates us. Let's just keep scrolling. NXT hates us. In fact, the two major NXT titles aren't with NXT at the moment, thanks to us. Let's see. We are friends with DDT, so we could get Tetsuya Endo or Harashima to come in. We are not friends with Ring of Honor. Dragon Gate Brother Yashi could come in. Oh, Asuka is there. One half of their tag team championships. I'm so sorry, guys. That means they're not defending it, or haven't been defending that for a while. Hey, Munchkin, what's going on? Hope you're having a good day. I am doing well. Thank you. Hope you're having a good one. Yeah, we are cruising around our wrestling landscape to book our final GWA show of the first generation before we pull the plug and reboot everything with new rosters. A couple new promotions will be coming in. Well, not new in like the world, new to our wrestling universe, but like I've already added Big Japan Pro Wrestling, and I'm going to be adding AAA and CMLL out of Mexico to get a little more lucha flavor in the wrestling universe as a whole. So that will be in G2, and then I'm refreshing the rosters as much as I can of all the existing federations. Okay, so Ultimo Dragon is dripping in gold as per usual. It looks like they're also junior heavyweight tag team champs with somebody. Kento Miyahara would be fun to bring in. That wouldn't be bad. Ooh, Goshiyazaki would be awesome to bring in. So would Minoru Tanaka. Man, see, a lot of the Japanese promotions like us, so they got no problem. Also, Impact likes us. We can bring in Ken Shamrock or P.D. Williams. Let's see. And of course, there we said Zeus is the NWA champ. Okay, lots to think about. Yeah, all these people as well. Rhino has a ton of belts. I'm so sorry, all these other... Now we get into the defunct promotions. Okay, so let's get back to the event thing. We're going to invite a couple of people. We need 2 folk. 1 to face Zeus, and 1 to put their title on the line in front of us. Oh dear! Half of the MLW roster is out. Wow, that is too bad. Those are their tag team champions, and... oh, wait. Bing, bing, bing. Yeah, they only have their... oh yeah, okay, so their other belts are elsewhere. I'm so sorry. Not a lot of people working for... oh, Kingston is out. He was the one I would have wanted to bring in. Kingston is out, so that's no good. Okay, so somebody outside of the NWA coming in, and somebody also coming in to defend their belt. Ooh, Kenta? I'm gonna do Kento Miyahara since they're already King's Road style. They're not super popular. Ooh, Goshiyazaki is way more popular. Okay, well, I'll do Goshiyazaki. They're pals. Okay, yes please. Yay, Goshiyazaki coming in. Goshiyazaki coming in. Alright. And that'll be... they're in to put the GHC title on the line, so they'll be fighting for the Pride of Noah. And let's go amongst our friends and just see if we can get somebody in to face Zeus. Somebody that we know that has good popularity. Strong or King's Road style usually meshes pretty well. Oh wow. Dang, if only they were more popular in the States. Do love me some Shigehiro Iri. What a good dude. Oh my god, Yoshihiko. That's insane. From Holland, no less. I was gonna check, like I'm looking, they don't even have Den Shokodino. That's too bad. Like, how does DDT exist without them? Alright, NXT hates us, AEW hates us, New Japan does not hate us. Ooh, I don't really want to bring in Okada. Let's leave them alone. We did bring in Okada and Tanahashi, yeah, and Tenzan last time around. Oh, poor Kojima. Tanahashi's always tempting. Always tempting. Okay, but I was trying to like spread things around. We did. I mean, we're bringing Goshiyazaki back, and we had Noah participate last time in the 6-person tournament. So let's see. Maybe somebody from All Japan instead then. Well, let's get Kento Miyahara in, but we'll put the other title on the line. Kento Miyahara can try to unite them or something. There you go. There. Okay. Good enough. Standard tourney. So it'll be a champion versus champion match with just the NWA title on the line. So let's configure title matches. There are going to be 10 of these suckers. We're in American Urban Arena. Oh, let's jack up that ticket price real quick. Also, I need to double check the match rules to make sure that nothing funny has happened. They should all, as I click down, they all look the same. Okay. Alright, we're all good there. Configure title match. In our main event, Jack Howard, the Hollywood hunk Jack Howard, in the oldest rivalry in the GWA, will be putting the title on the line one last time against Daniel Bryan in our main event. The oldest rivalry. Daniel Bryan was our first signee. As you all know, Jack Howard is a original created wrestler that comes with the game, has proudly represented the faction of the industry throughout the entire history of the GWA. And now the richest prize in our land will be on the line in the main event against his oldest rival, Daniel Bryan, our first signee, the first real-life wrestler to join the GWA back in the day. Okay, literally formed the second stable after Jack Howard formed the first. Thought, okay, if this guy's getting training buddies together, I'm going to get some training buddies together, and we're going to concentrate our efforts. We're going to settle it once and for all. And then in our semi-main event, because we're putting our titles over everything else, I'm going to do the tag straps just because it's going to be a little bit of a break before... Actually, let's do the junior one and then the tag. Let's do the singles, Bing Bong, our two major singles titles, Ding Dang, in the main event here. Kushida versus he who won the right for this 2 months ago and then immediately participated in that 6-person tournament because they just can't get enough. Rey Mysterio's match style has changed to King's Road. When they came to our promotion, they were a lucha style wrestler. I didn't know that could happen. Whoa, that's so cool. They've been with us so long that they are literally now a King's Road style wrestler. That's so cool. Okay. We've sent them to like Japan a bunch because they're, universally popular, BABB. They're actually more popular in Japan right now than they are the States, but that's okay. They are in our semi-main. We're going old school too. Old school Ray versus Kushida in our semi-main. Now we're going to put the... more title matches, please. Now we're going to put the Tag Team Championships on the line. Darby Allin, Bray Wyatt, champions, challengers, and I don't have anybody picked yet, so let me just fill the champion side of the card here, and then we'll start to move things around. Okay, so that takes care of the GWA belts that we have, and then the Stardom Championship belts is the next one in line. That match has also been predetermined through previous play, where Miro earned himself a rematch for the title with Asuka, and if he performs anywhere like he did on Dynamite last night, Asuka is in for a heck of a fight there. Okay, so that one we've already settled. The next one, I'm just going literally down the list because I'm trying to do I had them sort of sorted in importance, quote unquote. So we're going to go Stardom and then Stardom Junior. Literally, we're just going down the list here. Mark Andrews, I don't have anybody in mind for them yet. Going into break, I would like to feature our guest in some capacity. So let's go down to the NWA and put Zeus versus Kento Miyahara here. Zeus versus Kento, coming in from All Japan. Put a little extra gold on your tights there, pally. Alright, that brought some more people in. This also actually... See, I'm already thinking of moving things around because this also would mean that Kento Miyahara versus Zeus is here. That's one guest. This would mean both of our guests were in the first half of the show. So I kind of want to space them out too. So I'll worry about that later. For the moment, let's just fill the rest of these title matches. Okay, so to that end, we did bring in the Noah Heavyweight Champion, aka the GHC Heavyweight Champion, Goshiyazaki, to come in and face somebody from our promotion. So we'll find them a contender. We also need to do the two freelance championships, starting with the freelance champion themselves, Penta El Cero M. Now, I double-checked our roster before I started here. Penta El Cero M was the only roster member that was suffering an injury of some sort. Their neck is red. It says that their condition is still good, so they're still good to wrestle, but they're still they'll be favoring their neck in this one. So we'll see what happens. It's they're going for broke because it's the final show. So we'll see if they try to end their match even sooner than the normal 10 to 12 minutes. So keep an eye on that. All right, so we need a contender for Penta, and then the Junior Championship, the freelance Junior Champion is Mustafa Ali. We need a contender for them. And then last but not least, the GCW Championship will be on the line. Where is our GCW Champion? Look at that! Hang on 1 second. When Jack Howard was GCW Champion, it was right up here, right after the GWA titles in terms of prestige. But now that Xavier Woods has it, it's way back down here. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that's how that worked. I might be wrong. Okay, so we have some contenders to find. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war. 5, Tag team champ. Okay, so 7 out of the 10. Like I said, 6 out of the 10. 6 out of the 10. We gotta fill these slots up. Okay. So done. Tag team. I was already thinking of who could match up versus Bray and Darby Allin. You need kind of like big guy, little guy combination, and they have had some success before. Have Naomichi Marufuji and Samoa Joe as a combination. So I thought, let's put together a couple of people that normally do tag, or have tagged in the past. I mean, they even kind of already have matching gear if I just move Joe into his red. There. That's matching enough, right? They have belts. Whatever belts they have are from other promotions. I don't know what they are. But there we go. Like, hey, Uwu, what's going on, buddy? Hope you're having a good day. Prepare to get scared out of your wits tonight. Because I've never played Devour, by the way, so I'm going to need a quick rundown. Or maybe there's a tutorial we can all do together or something. Anyway, Marufuji and Joe versus Bray Wyatt and Darby Allin for our tag match. Miro and Asuka in their rematch for the Stardom Heavyweight. Stardom Junior. Okay, so maybe I can move this down a little bit. Maybe put... I'm already moving the... looking to swap stuff. Okay, so... there. If I do that, that starts us off back from quote-unquote break. So in the middle of the card we have our guests. That seems nice. Okay. Moving on. So now we have... ding, 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 ding. Alright, we need a contender for the Noah Championship. We'll worry about that after. We'll see. Oh, I know. Actually, never mind. Never mind. We'll worry about that after, he says. No, I got somebody in mind. Luchasaurus getting a chance at some gold in the last show. The first map we played was hard to figure out, but it's fun. It's a brand new map. Oh, that's right. It did do a big update today, so that's awesome. Perfect. Okay, cool. I don't know if it added any features beyond the new map, but that's cool. Can't wait. Good. So long as we're, you know, I don't mind being the odd one out in terms of like not having played before, sort of thing. But if we also can have the opportunity to start on sort of an even playing field, that's cool too. Okay, Stardom Junior Heavyweight Champion. We need a contender to Mark Andrews. We're going to look at everybody here. Okay, here's the big secret. I can hit start and just randomly pick people. So I'm just going to hit start until somebody gets picked that I'm like, yeah, they deserve it. Sasha's coming back from a bad injury. I haven't had her on the card in ages because their neck has been bad. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna go. We're gonna go straight up popularity. So we have some A's here. We got Naomi's got an A. Just trying to bring. Oh, Tony Storm's got an A. Solo's got an A. But look at Solo Darling and Alex Zane did the lion's share of the work in last month's 6-person tournament, and they are the far and away the worst for wear based on that performance. Anyway, moving on. Okay, Rouge, not nearly as popular as they should be. Super popular in Latin America. We have never run a show in Latin America. Okay, Pete done. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with Naomi. It's based on popularity alone. The people demand it. Mark Andrews versus Naomi in their fancy whites. Now, Penta, Freelance Heavyweight Championship. This will be open. This is an open weight belt, which means anybody can contend for it. Let's first find our other junior contender for Mustafa Ali. Okay, again, this is the entire pool that we're working with. Callahan ran off to another promotion and won themselves the title. They're the junior champion for some promotion now. Anyway. Okay. I don't like Gargano and Gresham get a lot of title shots already. Toni Storm in a singles shot? She hasn't gotten a singles match in a while, I don't think. Ooh, that's a fun outfit, sure. Toni Storm, Mustafa Ali for other junior championship. That's cute. Now we need just two more contenders here. One for Penta and one for Xavier Woods. Let's do Xavier Woods first. Could literally be anybody. Take a quick scroll. Okay, let's go with the unaffiliated first. Who do we have sitting on the sidelines currently? Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Kota Ibushi. Like 3. Tetsuya Naito. Like we got a lot of main eventers just showing. Drew McIntyre never really got a chance to like crack into even the upper echelon of like the, like, you know what I mean? Like, didn't even get like a lower tier title shot in their run. Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, GR. Darling and Alex Zane. They just, under the, I guess, the tutelage of Bray Wyatt, I don't know what it was, but whatever strategy they had definitely worked. And yeah, they were insane in that tournament. Especially Zane was going wild. But like, look at the popularity of a Naito. These are my big guns here I got to bring out. Brock Lesnar is an S popularity. I can book him right here and sell out. Watch this. I'll just book him and sell out the rest of the show. Yep, full house. He just brought 14,000 people to the arena. I don't even have an opponent for Penta, and everyone's showing up. We don't even care. Brock's on the card. We're here. That's ridiculous. I mean, that's awesome. Don't get me wrong. But holy moly, what a draw! Okay, so in the effort of just putting all my best draws on the card, I gotta say, oh man, it's gonna be Willie Mack, who is an A, or Tetsuya Naito. Do I have any S's? If I have an S, I will do an S. This is just no affiliation. I didn't even look at the stables here. Okay, who's our actually best? Who's our best match here for Penta? They've already fought and defeated, wow, Daichi Hashimoto is an S popularity. Holy moly. Wait, hang on, they're A-S-A-B-B. That is a very overstable, his Dragon Dojo. B-A-C-S. Wow, people love Penta too. See, there's what I'm talking about. They're the only other injury besides those two that took themselves to the finals there. Penta's the only one that has neck problems, but if you can see, it also says their condition is good, so they are going to be okay to wrestle. They're just gonna have to like watch things a little bit. We're taking them away from Luchasaurus because you know Luchasaurus would 100% target the neck. Man, if Wardlow was more popular, I might like to see that. Just in real life. How do we feel? I mean, I'm pretty happy about it. I'm pretty happy about this. Pretty happy about this, to be honest. AJ Styles, Penta El Cero M. Hey, Juice, what's going on? Yeah, that Liger bomb to Orange Cassidy last night, for those that didn't watch Dynamite. Oh, he landed high on the neck, shoulders, and dome. And yeah, that was rough. Like, they even gave him the entire picture-in-picture commercial break outside the ring to, like, gather himself. And he still never really got back to his feet for the remainder of that matchup before they called it. Wow. Yeah, like, he got folded in half. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if he gave himself a concussion with his own pelvis on that move. Like, that was brutal. Reports were, though, that he seemed okay after the match, so it could have been like a stinger situation, like the temporary numbness / paralysis, but still, scary, scary stuff. I'm glad that, like I said, reports are that he's okay, but oof. Oof. Yeah. Actually, if that's true, Juice, what you just mentioned about the kick that he got first, probably like dimming the lights a little bit before the Liger bomb, that probably saved him. Because if like he was half out of it taking that power bomb, he was probably like body wise wasn't tense or anything like that, like pretty loosey goosey. And that usually like saves people in situations of further trauma. So that's good to hear. To be quite honest, like, it's not great to hear. You don't want like a compound injury in these situations, but it's kind of good to hear, you know. Oh, okay, maybe the kick knocked him out and that helped him survive that powerbomb, because that should have broken his neck. Which apparently happened to Ricky Starks, apparently is dealing with a broken neck. So AEW, turn it down. Like, you're at an 11 and Dynamite's getting zany and really cool, but, you know, it's okay. You can turn it down to like an 8.5. Okay, we have sold the sucker out. As per usual, Sasquatch will be refereeing. We wouldn't have it any other way. Let's check our other options like we'd ever use them. No, so Tommy Young from the NWA or the guy from Dragon Gate. Because it gives you 3 created referee slots that are randomly chosen unless you stick with the creative referee that you used last time, in which case you get 2 extra ones every time. So, Sasquatch for us, please. It's gonna be sad to be without you, Sasquatch. Like, we have to wait for you to come up again in the queue for you to be our referee. So next time you see the GWA, somebody else will be our referee. I mean, after today, obviously. So we confirm our match card. Everybody's here, or everyone is booked. We have, like, kind of the, you know, we just sort of went with the biggest sort of card we could based on our roster, stuff like that. Some of the things obviously were predetermined. Yeah, we got some good stuff going on. All right. Miro versus Asuka in a rematch I'm actually quite looking forward to. Alright, so the last thing I do before we actually do shows is produce ourselves some merchandise. We have ourselves 50,000 people. I've tried making 50,000 snacks before, but they don't sell out, but 20,000 definitely will. You have to create like an artificial scarcity, I guess. So I'm going to do 10,000 of... No, I can do 20 on these. These are usually like stickers and stuff like that, I think. Like little biddly boops. Yeah, this like little nonsense. Action figures and photos, we're trying to get rid of those. We'll try to sell 5,000 DVDs of like the best of the GWA or something like that. Maybe a farewell. Or maybe probably just the DVD of the last show. The last tournament, I guess. Towels, we'll do 10K. We can sell those out. We can blow those out easy. Shirts, I'm going to be super ambitious and pretend that we did like commemorative... I was here, limited edition, 20,000 only, you know, last show of the GWA, etc., etc., etc. Oh, yeah, you guys are talking about Matt Hardy. That bump was ridiculous, too. Yeah, he was out for a long time. Like, lights are on and nobody's home. Like, that look on his face for minutes is scary stuff. You gotta wonder what sort of damage that might do, like, permanently. I know, you know, 7 minutes of your brain completely without oxygen before there's actual brain damage, but like, you can't be getting full oxygen in those moments where there's like some weird swelling going on and you're just like staggering about, you know what I mean? Okay, merchandise produced, training center as always taken care of, the contracts, I think we make like almost 400K per show just in our sponsorship deals and broadcasting rights. So we have done everything we can. Book ourselves the show. Let's save because we are about to proceed. I'm not going to send anybody else out because, you know, nuts to any other promotions. We're doing our last show. I'm just going to proceed, and because we have a couple of guests, there's always the possibility that they won't show up for whatever reason, so we're going to game it and make sure they do. But in the reboot of the GWA, I want it known that we're doing a 3-strike rule, which means, you know, I get 3 tries, and whatever happens at the end of the 3rd try, that's the universe we live with. So my Infinity Gauntlet powers are going to be limited going forward. Okay, yes. Well, I'm limiting myself, really. Let us proceed to the results, quote-unquote, which is, of course, going to the show. Everybody's here? You're all too happy to work for the GWA. Everybody showed up for work. Excellent. Let me save that again quick. All right, as you can also tell, if I just go down here, you can see this is where we're sort of leaving off before the end of this card. It is the 12th month of the 6th year, so we're doing that 7-year switch, like we said, at the end of this card. We're going to see the end of year results at the end of this too. In assets, we currently have $145 million. I'm hoping, since we are at capacity, and I'm pretty sure we've covered our expenses were pretty enormous. I'm hoping we've covered enough that we make about 5 mil, and I end the game with $150 million in the bank. So our popularity in terms of worldwide is A, B, D, D, which is A for the Americas, B in Japan, and then D and D in Latin America and Europe, which we literally never ran a show in. But, you know, Style Kings Road, we're still the #1 promotion in the world because we're on difficulty easy, and we're gonna try it on hard next time around. That's our whole deal, because it was far too easy to sell out football stadium after football stadium for like probably 2.5, 3 years of this promotion's life now. Like, we're just touring around doing WrestleManias, you know what I mean? Monthly WrestleManias, and but we're like not popular worldwide. We're making a lot of money in America, but like worldwide our renown is pretty low because we got here being pretty scumbaggy and stealing a bunch of titles from other promotions. Anyway. Oh boy, it is a night of champions here. The final ever GWA card of the first generation of its existence. Starting us off, we have the Game Changer champion, Xavier Woods. We didn't kill Game Changer, but we definitely grabbed their title later. Xavier Woods will be putting that belt on the line against Brock Lesnar. Gotta tell you, kind of a big test for Xavier Woods, but they have been performing amazingly since their tour of Japan about a year ago, where they upped their strike game, adapted their style slightly, and started using a Shining Wizard as a finisher. Brock Lesnar, always on that road to Suplex City, will be looking to put Xavier Woods down with an F5 as per usual. The creature on feature, the head official in the GWA, Mr. Bigfoot, calling for the bell, and we are well underway. Brock Lesnar looking to establish himself early. But a drop toe might just stem that tide of offense. Oh dear. Suplex number 1, count him along at home. Another drop toe. The sum total of Xavier Woods' offense to this point. A pair of drop toe holds. But we're just in the first minute. Nice body slam there to the former GCW champion, looking to regain the strap as Brock Lesnar. Not as successful a singles career as you would expect from the Beast Incarnate here in the GWA. That speaks to the quality of competition here. Sort of toying with the tag team with Tetsuya Naito here and there as Brock Lesnar, but ultimately decided to accept the singles opportunity at a title they once held here. In fact, I believe the GCW title, and I could be wrong, was probably the last bit of singles gold that Brock held. If I am incorrect, you can just chalk it up to revisionist history. Just pretend that the GWA office has mandated I deem it so. Oh, just slapping the taste out of the mouth of Xavier Woods via the chest. Like just, oh my gosh, and there's a throwing German to the center of the ring. And a second. If Brock gets a third, Xavier Woods might get tossed straight out of here. Nope. Cuts him off with a DDT to Xavier Woods. Champion in a bit of trouble here as we approach 5 minutes. Countering that suplex is Brock Lesnar. Challenger rocking and rolling here. Well on the road. Now they're going punch for punch. Interesting angle on these blows as well. It's like I'm gonna punch you. I'm gonna punch you. I'm gonna punch you. Stalemate off the ropes. Xavier Woods instead elects to throw Brock into the corner, but can't follow up. Lesnar's got too much left in the tank. Nice backdrop suplex there, folding Xavier Woods in half. Oh dear, and an F5 center of the ring at the 6-minute mark. Into the cover, 1, 2. Xavier Woods just escapes. Just able to roll that shoulder at 2.9. Brock Lesnar undaunted though. Hits him with the belly-to-belly off the ropes, and then taunts the crowd, letting him know he's got plenty left in the tank. Meanwhile, Xavier Woods got to be running on fumes after that F5. Oh, just more slaps in the corner from the Beast Brock Lesnar. It has been all Brock. A few flashes of offense, but as you see there, that DDT from Xavier Woods, insufficient to keep Lesnar down. Nice back elbow in the corner, falls out with a punch, but can't stop Brock as he just tosses Xavier Woods out of the ring to get a bit of a breather. Oh no, and now tosses him over the ropes to the floor. May have just baited Woods into that corner in the first place, did Brock. Reminder, there are no countouts or disqualifications. Brock trying to launch Xavier Woods into the crowd, determined to leave our last GWA event with some gold. Xavier Woods fighting for his title and his life at this point. They're able to drop Brock Lesnar with a huge brainbuster, but Lesnar's up first. And immediately back to the offense on Xavier Woods. Now, taking a little bit of a breath as Brock Lesnar gets caught with a swinging neck breaker, which allows Xavier Woods to tag up. I mean, normally you would have to, but a bit of cat and mouse does not end well for Xavier Woods. Hit with a second F5. Brock drags him away from the ropes into the cover. 1, 2, 3. Utter domination from the Beast Incarnate. Brock Lesnar, crowned GCW champion in 10 minutes flat. 2 F5s equals 10 minutes. And they loved it. And the crowd loved it. Okay. That was a bit of a squash, but that was the highest rated squash I've ever seen. All right. I'll take it. I mean, I'll take it. Oh, you know what I should be doing? Jeepers H Creepers. You know what I should be doing? And I apologize for not doing that with the first one. Boink. Let's start a new prediction here. Da, 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 da. Tony Storm versus Mustafa Ali. Outcome 1, a Tony Storm. Outcome 2, Mustafa Ali. Let's give everybody uno momento. What is? There you go. Okay, so for those in the chat, I just fired up a prediction there for our next matchup. Sorry not to do that, but would anyone not have chosen Brock Lesnar? I mean, gonna go for the 9 straight. Perfect. Okay. Sorry, I can't make it 10. That's my failing there. But the first match you are allowed to predictate is going to be the Freelance Junior Championship matchup. Mustafa Ali defending their title against Tony Storm. A reminder, Mustafa Ali, once they get gold in the GWA, has a habit of hanging on to it for a long period of time. I can recall a couple of lengthy title runs of theirs in the a cornerstone of the junior division, quite honestly, because Mustafa's been with for a long time. This will be their last and greatest opportunity at the grandest stage of them all to ply their wares. And I'm done vamping, and we're on to the next match. Let's see if Tony Storm, representing Demon Club, can get it done against the unaffiliated Mustafa Ali. You see Tony Storm here in rather un-Demon Club-like attire, dressing up for the final show. Looking like they're ready for Easter, even though we are technically in December. You believe in Xavier? Well, then I'm happy not to have provided you the opportunity to be so incorrect. Xavier didn't seem like Xavier believed in Xavier in that first match. Mustafa Ali looking to ground Tony Storm immediately. Again, always a wise move to attack the legs of your opponents. You take away their base. They cannot move. You can't move. You can't kick out. You can't attack. You do nothing in defense. And now Mustafa going to work. Trying to position her for that 054. Inverted 450 splash. Now, it is difficult to set people up in the northern and southern quadrants of the ring. It's a lot easier east-west to get people lined up for top rope moves, but Mustafa Ali has done a pretty good job over their career, being able to hit things north-south as well. It's led them to a lot of success, being that versatile. Each of the turnbuckles. Nice. Tries for a standing Spanish fly there, but Tony Storm just bowling him over. Trying to get back into this one. Whipping the champion Ali into the corner. Nope, unable to follow it up. Then now sends him off the ropes. Nice drop kick to the sternum there. Oof, and now the two content to trade blows center of the ring. Forearm for forearm. Tony Storm winning that argument for the moment. Oof. And gets dropped with a pair of punches and a kick to the back of the head that she survives. Again, Mustafa Ali in command here. Attacking Tony Storm in the corner, working on the midsection. As we approach 5 minutes. 5 minutes gone this one soon. Things are across the ring now. We're officially at the 5-minute mark. Mustafa is just going for it. Not the fanciest offense there. We see a nice complete shot. Oh, nice clothesline counter there. Nice retort from Tony Storm, who again sets Ali up in the corner. Has had something in the corner in mind a few times here in this match, but has been unable to follow up and get any sort of advantage to that in that regard against Mustafa. Oh, nice roll up here. One. Just a 1 count from senior official Mr. Bigfoot. Nice counter there from the challenger, who is a little slower out of the blocks than Mustafa Ali, if I'm to be honest, in this one so far, but the tide could always turn. She sends Mustafa out to the floor, trying to get a little time and space to catch a breather, but Mustafa quickly back inside. Doesn't allow Tony Storm to catch her breath. Oh, nice kick there to the side of the face, into the cover. 1, 2. Ooh, solid 2 count there for Tony Storm. challengers get too much offense in on a row. Likewise, Toni Storm not able to get too much offense in a row on Mustafa Ali. Nicely done. And likewise, I just say the same thing in two different ways. Likewise, Mustafa not allowed, not really stringing too much stuff together. Nice fisherman suplex here. Oh! Able to wriggle free as Mustafa Ali, and the match continues. Head scissor takeover. I thought he had planted Toni Storm properly in the corner, or properly enough. Some poor timing there on Toni Storm's part. Results in a DDT. As we are now approaching 10 minutes. Trying to understand the flow of this one as Mustafa. The head scissor takeover. Ultimately, we'll be looking nice. Butterfly suplex. Again, ultimately, will be looking to launch himself off of the top rope. Toni Storm so far has prevented him from coming off at the top, or at least even getting a nice to the top in the first place. Mustafa doing everything in his power to drop Toni Storm and keep her down near the ropes. Oh dear, Kudo driver. Dropping him on the top of his head, but Toni Storm had been worn down enough where she did not have the wherewithal to pull him away from the ropes first. That pinning predicament is negated. Huge headbutt from Toni Storm, settling that strike battle. Oh, and then cracks his back for him, but Mustafa's up first. Huge sit-out powerbomb. 1, 2. Toni Storm out at 2. Ducks the kick. Another Kudo driver. Picks him back up. Oh, throwing German against the ropes from Toni Storm. Mustafa has enough. Arm whip. 054. 1, 2. No! Toni Storm kicks. I thought that was it. Huge headbutt by Storm into the cover. Hooks the leg deep. No! Mustafa out. I thought that headbutt may have knocked him out. Back up to the top he goes. Another 054, but he's too close to the ropes. Toni Storm pulling him back to his feet. This thing could go either way as we crest 15 minutes now. Another fisherman suplex, center of the ring! Got him! Toni Storm! We have had 2 matches, and we have had 2 new champions. Toni Storm just won the, let me check my notes here, Freelance Junior Championship. Oh no! I'm so sorry to tell you. Mustafa Ali did not successfully defend. Alright. That was a good one. I like that. I thought that was more competitive than the 91% match, but whatever. I mean, it was obviously more competitive, but like more back and forth. You would think that would mean the crowd would like it better. Boink! That's alright, you got plenty more chances. Okay, starting a new one. Start our next one. AJ Styles versus Penta L Zero M. As they are represented here, AJ Styles, Penta L Zero M. Okay, I'm just gonna do 30 seconds from now on. I feel like if you can't get him in 30 seconds, got too much to do. Too much to do today. Let's go. I'm just easy. Seems like 30 seconds seems sufficient. Alright, AJ Penta. The Freelance Championship on the line. And, I mean, this probably is a poor, like, booking decision. And by booking decision, I mean, like, a betting bookie, not a promotional booker. But I probably shouldn't have let it leak that Penta El Zero was having these neck problems. Because I feel like now everyone's just going to bet on AJ Styles. Could be wrong, but that's what I would do. Wait a minute, Penta's neck is hurt. I don't know if AJ knows that, but the crowd knows that for whatever reason. And we'll see if Penta can fend them off and defend their championship successfully. It says that they're good to go, and I trust them. So down to the ring we pop. AJ Styles for Los Ricos. Penta El Zero also representing Demon Club, as was Toni Storm in the earlier matchup. Oh, nice. Mr. Bigfoot rings the bell and we are underway. Calls for the bell. I don't know if they personally rung it. I don't know what they hide in that fur. AJ already going to work, you see, going to work on the high shoulder neck area of Penta with those strikes. So the worst kept secret in the GWA locker room seems to be the condition of Penta's neck in this one. You see again, AJ Styles going for the head and neck. Need a midsection there. Nice, another leg sweep, sweeping that leg. It's going to Aceto M. Normally likes to finish there. Nice wheelbarrow bulldog. Normally likes to finish their matches in the 10 to 12 minute mark, but with this potential injury, at least nagging concern, let's call it. Perhaps a bit of neck discomfort, let's say. Let's be that vague about it. I don't know if he might try to end things earlier or try to take his time a little more. Of course, a lot of that's going to be up to his opponent, AJ Styles, who's giving him no surcease, especially on these elbows to the face. Oh, Penta with a nice gorilla press. Impressive power from Penta Aceto Miedo. Or whatever he's calling himself this week. Whatever they can copyright. I think he's had like 3 or 4 different variations since hitting the AEW roster. Oh, tried to fight his way out of the corner, but AJ was ready to counter that counter. Huge clothesline to the back of the head of Penta. Oh, and then a German suplex dropping him on the head and neck. Once again, Ushiguro. Oh, good gracious. I thought he was going for the Ushigoroshi, but it was gut check time for Penta there. Huge clothesline from AJ. Backbreaker now, working the torso. Softening him up indeed for that Styles Clash or that phenomenal forearm. Oh, flipping senton now to the midsection of Penta into the cover. 2. Penta out at 2. Able to sweep the leg again as the champion. He's fighting from underneath a little bit. The confident challenger AJ Styles planning a super kick under the jaw. Takes a second to pose for the crowd though. Thinks they have things well in hand, does AJ Styles. Hard to argue to this point, but here comes Penta with a nice wheelbarrow bulldog. 3rd or 4th one of the matchup. Now drops AJ with the suplex, but that's going to damage Penta as well. He's got to take a back bump on that. Oh, attempting the powerbomb, gets rolled up. 2. Able to escape at 2. Further damage to the midsection of Penta Aceto M. Just barely keeping AJ Styles at bay with those leg sweeps. Oh. Forearm after forearm, and now he sets up for the phenomenal one to the back of the head by AJ Styles. Rolls into the cover. 1, 2. No, Penta out again. Back to work on the midsection goes AJ. Discus lariat this time. Oh, another senton. This time to the stomach, into the cover. 1, 2, 3. Woof. I mean, I don't normally feel bad for Penta, but after he kicked out of that phenomenal forearm that by all rights should have knocked him out, AJ literally hit him with a combination to drive the remaining wind out of his body. Like, if he didn't knock him out with the blows to the head, he's like, okay, I will just knock all the wind out of his lungs. Like, literally, that combination of moves ending with that rolling senton off the top to the tummers. Just put Penta down and out. And again, we have a new champion. 3 for 3 new champions in this one. Holy moly. Going out with a couple of bangs so far. We'll see what happens in this Stardom Junior Heavyweight Championship title match. Mark Andrews, your champion. Naomi, the very popular challenger. Oop, hang on. Normally I just go right to it. I keep forgetting this prediction thing. Mostly because it's not on my screen, unless I tab over and do it. Okay, that was all AJ. That was all AJ. Alright. I do like the completion thing, so I can at least quickly get to our next step. Okay, Naomi versus Mark Andrews. Naomi. Mark Andrews. Can you spell that properly? There we go. Boink. Production started. Everybody got 30 seconds to lay it on the line, much like Naomi and Mark Andrews will be laying it on the line in their final singles contest. Not that they've really faced each other before, but I just mean, like, you know, their final opportunity here in the GWA. I look like I'm not updating my notes as vigorously as I should. And why should I? I'm just going to start fresh new pages after this week. Okay. So, can Mark Andrews be the first performer to retain their title, or will Naomi continue the streak? We have 3 new champions so far. Will we have 4 in a row? Let's get down to the ring and see how this one shakes out. Mark Andrews, master of the shooting star press, will be looking to hit that on Naomi. Naomi has a Feel the Glow submission move that she'll be looking to lock Mark Andrews in and get him to say I covet or tap out or whatever the new verbal thing is. I miss, remember the 3, like the ref would come over and do like the 3 arm count, like just like, you know, like the pins are 1, 2, 3, and then the submissions are also 1, 2, 3. I miss the 1, 2, 3 submission. Let's bring that back. I know maybe it's like a hokey now and like not quote unquote realistic, but neither is a 3 count technically, because amateur wrestling it's a 1 count, isn't it? Like you just have to pin their shoulders. So technically, if their arm drops once, it should be like, oh, okay, they're unconscious. So it makes sense to me to still do the 3 on the submissions, because if amateur wrestling is 1 count and pro wrestling is 3 count, and then like amateur and MMA fighting where it's like, oh, clearly they're out, you get the 3 drops to try to get back to consciousness. I don't know. That's the entertainment pro wrestling value of it to me. I don't know why they stopped doing that. I guess tapping out kind of ruined it. Not ruined it, but sort of evolved it. I miss the old pass-out spots, I guess, or the lack of pass-out spots or whatever. Back and forth they go. Champion and challenger Naomi, you can see, trying to fight herself away from the corner. Mark Andrews trying to trap Naomi. There's one of those turnbuckles so he can hit that shooting star press. Has been known to hit it fairly early in his matchups. Oh, Naomi going to work on the legs of Mark Andrews. Again, always a wise strategy. And in turn, there's Mark Andrews working on the legs and back of Naomi. All right, interesting attempt at a pin there, just sort of testing the cardiovascular conditioning of an Andrews. Is Naomi with a pin there so early on. As you can hear, we only have 5 minutes passed in this one. Nice counter to the Irish whip there. Luring Mark Andrews to this side of the ring is Naomi. Just to follow up, gets dropped on her head with a Fisherman Buster. Wolf back to the legs. Andrews doing a lot of work with that kick to the midsection, but follows it up with a taunt. Okay, all right. Followed up that time with the Luthez press. It's like he's doing half of Steve Austin's act without like the good stuff. Oh my, that's better. I don't think Steve Austin hits an enziguri quite like that. Naomi now trying to position Mark Andrews in the ring, and nope. Immediately thwarted by Andrews. And then arm whip. Back to the work on the back of the neck there. On the back of the head goes Naomi. More conservative style out of Naomi in this one that we're used to seeing. There we go, opening things up a little bit with that nice running bulldog. It's Naomi, oh, again. Oh, here it is, shooting star press, but too close to the ropes. 8-minute mark, 8-minute mark, he tried it. But Naomi, oh my gosh. Oh, steals the suplex into the stunner from Mark Andrews' playbook. Wolf, and now going to work on the champ. Going to work on the head and neck repeatedly has been Naomi. The head and neck and the legs, sort of leaving the midsection largely alone. Nice head to take over there by the champ. Immediately gets her in position for what? Big diving Rana off the top. Lets her go with it though. More of a head scissor takeover. Diving head scissor takeover off the top. A super head scissor takeover of sorts.
10 minutes gone.
Round and round we go. Nice variation there from Andrews. Up to the top once again. Another shooting star, but once more, too close to the ropes, and Naomi immediately able to get out of that pinning predicament, and now a suplex into the stunner from Andrews. 1, 2. Naomi out at 2. Moonsault this time from Mark Andrews to the challenger, dragging Naomi away from the ropes. Too close to the other set of ropes. Like we said, it's really hard to set things up in the north and south part of the ring. Again, another moonsault, but again, too close to the ropes. Mark Andrews having a heck of a time getting a clean pin attempt with all this aerial offense that they're so known for. Naomi trying to fight her way back into this one. Back and forth they go. Big enziguri from Naomi. Oh, falls up with another shot to the back of the head. Andrews is dazed. What does she got? Drops him once more. Signals to the crowd that this is it. Roll through. But too close to the ropes for Naomi this time. Also on this Northern Lights. They got to get out of this side of the ring. Do both Andrews and Naomi, neither having any effect with these pin attempts. Huge moonsault to the back of Naomi, but she pops right back up. What's she setting Andrews up for? Gets a head scissor takeover. Oh, step-up kicks. This time she works the midsection and follows it up with a beautiful drop kick. What a combo. Again, working him down to the mat, face first. I don't know what she's working on there. Never really seemed to follow up, but he's in position now for the shooting star. 3. Mark Andrews retains. Had her set up in the right position and just scurried to the top rope. Nailed that shooting star press after enduring quite the onslaught from the challenger. But Mark Andrews retains the Stardom Junior Championship. We have our first title retention of the evening. And yes, I don't disagree. They got into a lot of trouble with rope breaks toward the end. But once Mark Andrews was able to hit one of his top rope moves away from the ropes, you saw it immediately turn out to pay dividends for him. As Mark Andrews retains. Okay, let's go down here to this prediction pool. Choose outcome. Boink. Let's start a new one. Okay. Luchasaurus versus Goshiyazaki for the GHC Heavyweight Championship. Luchasaurus, Goshiyazaki. There we go. This prediction thing's fun. I just gotta find a way to make it smoother. Smoother to integrate into our dealings here. Well, hello there, Creamy. Thank you very much for hosting. Hope you're having a good day. Welcome one and all. We are in the midst of our, we're literally about halfway through our final GWA card of the first generation of its existence. We have a poll up or a prediction poll up that I don't know if anybody... Okay. Oop. Okay, hey. Doing well. Having a fun time with it so far. We're just about to go to the ring for our 5th match of the day. Let me save once more. I got so many controls. I can use the mouse, I can use the keyboard, I can use my controller, all to control this game. So sometimes I'm like, what do I pick up? Okay, so I picked up my controller, just because it feels right to play video games with a controller. And we are headed down to the ring for a GHC Heavyweight Championship matchup, here listed as a Noah Heavyweight title match, but that's the belt that's in Noah. GHC champion Goshiyazaki defending against GWA's own Luchasaurus. Let's see if Luchasaurus can really, I don't want to say redeem themselves, but put a real positive end cap on their career. One where they suffered a trio of broken necks in their efforts to entertain the GWA fan base with their matches. Here now, they could potentially culminate all of their hard work, their multiple rehabs, getting back here on the roster by securing the GHC Heavyweight Championship from Goshiyazaki, who right now seems to be out wrestling the big man. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, I'm just observing that Goshiyazaki, GHC champion, seems to be in control of things for the first couple of minutes here. We'll see if the big man Luchasaurus can get that 65 million year old engine revved up. Oh, a big boot there. That should start things off. And now Goshiyazaki right back to it. Back and forth they go. Quick attempt at a cover, get a no count. Luchasaurus will be looking for that big choke slam of theirs. They have an air raid crash variation they use quite well, and also a moonsault pin that they generally use to press their opponents to the mat with. Goshiyazaki has nice, a lariat variation, as well as several other impact moves we're going to see unique to their offense. You'll know them when you see them. I mean, I hope I'll know them when I see them, quite honestly. Back and forth they go to start things off. Yeah, I still feel like the champion has to this point, and we're not even 5 minutes deep, but I feel like Goshiyazaki is still getting the better of Luchasaurus for the first 5 here. The advantage may be slight, but I feel like I'm seeing it happen. This once again sends Luchasaurus off the ropes and a big boot to the face. The dinosaur gets a 1 count, our first numbered count of the matchup. Had a couple of no counts so far, as we just passed the 5-minute mark here. Nice tail whip by Luchasaurus across the face of Goshiyazaki, and he picks him right back up to deal more punishment. Now dragging him away from the ropes. Get into the troubles that Naomi and Mark Andrews suffered in that last matchup. Just bodies Goshiyazaki to the canvas, does Luchasaurus. Shiyazaki back to work on the shoulders. I don't think he can quite reach the neck, because Luchasaurus is really real soft spot. Oof. Kick to the midsection there that Shiyazaki just absorbs and just blasts forward with 3 forearms to the side of the jaw. There's 3 more to the other side. Oof. Another mid-kick from Luchasaurus, but Goshiyazaki does not go down, and then back to the shoulders again. Shiyazaki working the upper body of Luchasaurus, and you can see the effects there as Luchasaurus is starting to lose their wind. Shiyazaki wearing the big man down. Oh, small package attempt. 1, 2, just 2. Shiyazaki's able to escape. With desperation. Pinning attempt there from Luchasaurus, hits that beautiful big boot, but can't follow it up, and back to the arms and shoulders again. Really going to take the power out of the choke slam if you can't lift your opponent off the canvas. I feel like that's Goshiyazaki's strategy here. Smartly working both arms just to be doubly sure. He takes the power away out of that move. Nice fisherman buster there by Shiyazaki. Both men needing to recoup here. Oh, vicious knee to the midsection. Luchasaurus here. Gets countered. Oh, there's some signature Goshiyazaki offense. And almost puts Luchasaurus down as we crest. 10 minutes gone, as you just heard. Big clothesline off the ropes from Luchasaurus. Got to keep moving. You see, as soon as they stop, they are sucking wind. So they got to create some time and distance for themselves, or just keep rocking and rolling like with that air raid crash. Can't follow up, though, can Luchasaurus. Back and forth they go. Luchasaurus has got to win this strike battle if he has any hope. Big boot there. Nope. Super kick from Goshiyazaki. Absorbing the big boot from Luchasaurus, but Luchasaurus gets up first. Shoving Goshiyazaki back down. Might have been looking for the choke slam there, but couldn't get any height on it. Nice fall away slam from Shiyazaki. So Luchasaurus able to catch their breath a little bit. Fights their way back to their feet, but dazed. Another big tail whip. Oh, Fisherman Buster, center of the ring. Shiyazaki looking to follow up. Oh, drops him with another backdrop suplex. Kudo driver from Luchasaurus. Dumps go on his head. No, out at 2.9. Boom. Drops that suplex into the lariat on the way down. Again out at 2.9 is Luchasaurus. A third one from Goshiyazaki into the cover. 1, 2, no! Back to the head and neck goes Goshiyazaki with those forearms, trying to think of the one knockout blow that'll put Luchasaurus down and out for the 3. Luchasaurus looking to get back into the swing of things. Spiked on the top of their head with that Fisherman Buster, but they're up first. Another chokeslam out of the air, out of that weird suplex combo. No, out again at 2.9. What resilience from Luchasaurus. Another Fisherman Buster. Fights his way back to his feet. Luchasaurus being told to bring it by Goshiyazaki. Might not have seen the taunt because he could be unconscious, but no, he's up and fighting. Big clothesline to the back of the head. Sets him up for something here. Oh, just gets dumped unceremoniously out of the ring, but that could help. That could help Luchasaurus with a huge one-arm chokeslam to Goshiyazaki on the floor. A reminder, there are no countouts or DQs on the floor of a GWA ring. Big tail whip. See Luchasaurus trying to catch his breath between every move there, trying to get back into this. It's the GWA's Luchasaurus who once again gets dropped with another Fisherman Buster, this time on the floor. Oh, God. Now Go essentially taunting the crowd that is so in Luchasaurus' corner. Oh, just continuing to dish out the punishment on the floor is Goshiyazaki. Things are looking pretty grim for Luchasaurus here. Dragged away from the ropes. Can barely make it back to his feet. Slammed back down by Go. Hasn't had an offensive... Wait a minute, counters the suplex. I was going to say hasn't had an offensive move in a few minutes. Oh, can't follow up that suplex counter. Back to work to the arms and shoulders. Paying dividends for Goshiyazaki so far. Nice head scissor takeover there by Go. Whips Luchasaurus' legs into the turnbuckle. Luchasaurus off the ropes. I can already tell the timing on this is going to be poor, but Luchasaurus pops back to his feet. Unable to get a proper chokeslam in the ring. Can only sort of push Goshiyazaki to the canvas. There it is! Chokeslam! Moonsault! 1, 2... Oh, Goshiyazaki out of 2 as we just passed 20 minutes. I think that might have been Luchasaurus' chance. Oh, again, losing another strike battle with that super kick from Goshiyazaki. Luchasaurus up but sucking wind. Can't follow up with any offense. Clothesline, but can't follow up. Another suplex from Goshiyazaki, again telling Luchasaurus to bring it. Considering how things went like 10 minutes ago, it's amazing that Luchasaurus is still in this one. Another Fisherman Buster. Goshiyazaki just looking for the perfect move to put Luchasaurus away, who is up and says this is it. Catching his breath, waiting for Goshiyazaki to stand. Oh, countered. I don't know what Lucha was going for, but Goshiyazaki had it scouted. Again, just bodies into the ring. It's really difficult to set people up north and south, remember, if you're coming up off the ropes. Oh, nice kick combo there from Luchasaurus. But again, if you drag him away from one rope, you're dragging him toward the other set. There you go. Now he gets more success pulling him toward the center of the ring. But Goshiyazaki cuts him off with a big boot to the midsection. Off the ropes he's sent. Big clothesline from Luchasaurus. Go sends him off the ropes. Ducks a clothesline. Luchasaurus ducks. Oh, gets that soul butt blocked. Suplex counter from Luchasaurus. Both men spent here as we're cresting 25 minutes. Shizaki says this is it. Again has to catch his breath after that body slam to Luchasaurus. Setting him up once more. Pops him into that lariat on the way down. 1, 2. No, Luchasaurus out again. Goshiyazaki going up top. Drops a knee into the chest of Luchasaurus. Now drags him away from the ring. Excuse me, away from the ropes. He's always got to be near the ring. Follows it up with another big body slam. Luchasaurus counters. Double axe handle to the back of the head and neck of Go. That's been his most successful move. I think he's been attempting chokeslam after chokeslam, but just shoving Goshiyazaki. Oh, vicious headbutt to the back of the head of Goshiyazaki. Follows it up with a nice kick combo. Luchasaurus on maybe his 4th or 5th win here. Gets Go away from the ropes. Shoves him back down. He's looking for that choke slam moonsault combo once more, but no! Once again, dropping that lariat out of midair. 1, 2. No, Luchasaurus out at 2. Another Fisherman Buster. Luchasaurus has had 3 broken necks, don't forget. Huge headbutt from the dinosaur. Never giving up. We're getting close to 30 minutes here. Fisherman Buster to Goshiyazaki. Luchasaurus can't follow up, though. Back and forth they go. Oh, big move from Luchasaurus. Again countered. Absorbed by Shiyazaki. Again winning the strike battle with that super kick. Small package too close to the ropes. Nice try, Luchasaurus. Sets him up in the corner. Oh, fights his way free to Goshiyazaki. 3 elbow butts to the side of the jaw. Tail whip from Luchasaurus, but he can't follow up. He can't follow up. He is dazed. He is gassed. It's Luchasaurus. You see the trouble he has even running the ropes. Oh, a huge chop just drops him center of the ring. Gets Shiyazaki in the corner. Can't follow up again. As we have passed 30 minutes. Chokeslam! Chokeslam into the cover. 1, 2. No! Goshiyazaki out at 2. What a championship match you're seeing here for the GHC title. Luchasaurus giving it everything he has. Might have had him if he went for that moonsault press. I don't know. I don't know. Another nice kick combination there from Luchasaurus. Air raid crash. Again, can't follow up. Goshiyazaki back to his feet first. Nice kick combo, drops the champion once more. Luchasaurus doing his best to keep Go at bay. Shiyazaki says this is it. Oh man, what is this? Reverse suplex! Oh, Luchasaurus able to retort with a huge headbutt. Signals to the crowd that that is it. No, but his suplex attempt is countered by Go. What's it gonna take from either of these men to pin the other? Oh, another Fisherman Buster. That's got to be a dozen by now. Follows it up with a regular suplex. Luchasaurus able to fight his way back to his feet. Burning hammer! Drags him away from the ropes! 1, 2, no! Goshiyazaki kicks out of the burning hammer! Luchasaurus digging down deep and still Goshiyazaki kicks out. 35 minutes. Choke slam into the cover. 1, 2. Out at 2 again. Kudo driver. Every big move of Luchasaurus now. He goes for the pin. Into the cover again. 1, 2. No. Neither man is going to be the same after this. 35 minutes deep, and it's just finisher after finisher. What a clothesline. 1, 2. No. Lucha out again. Tail whip. Drags Go away from the ropes. Choke slam. 1, 2. No. I don't think Luchasaurus has the leg strength to attempt the moonsault press anymore. That's why he hasn't done it the last 2 times after he's hit that choke slam. But now he's hit with that lariat move again. And he kicks out at 2.9. Finisher after finisher, but both men are still fighting. Trading suplexes now. What do these men have left? Oh, another strike battle. Center of the ring. Crowd loving it. Big boot. Super kick. Unfortunately, Luchasaurus is like 0-4 in strike battles. But Goshiyazaki can't follow up. Luchasaurus catching his breath. Puts him down again. Look at him clutching his neck. Look at him clutching his neck. No, kicks out at 2. Luchasaurus refuses to lose. The crowd now turning on Goshiyazaki as he appeals to them. Whoa. Air raid crash. Luchasaurus can't follow into a cover. Sent off the ropes by Go. Huge shoulder block. We're approaching 40 minutes. This is a match that would have sent everyone to break. If this were a real show, by the way, they would have needed it. They would have needed it. The last like 20, 25 minutes of this match has been like an ending sequence where it's been finisher after finisher. Luchasaurus trying to position Goshiyazaki up here for something. Nice suplex there from the 65 million-year-old fighter. Huge choke slam. Now he hits the moonsault. 1, 2. No! Again out of 2. I don't even think we've seen a 2.9 on these attempts by Luchasaurus. Goshiyazaki with strong kick out. Another fight. Excuse me, another kick combo. It's the same fight. Another kick combo there from Luchasaurus. Amazingly able to keep the champion at bay. Amazingly the champion able to stem the offensive flow of the challenger and start back their offensive momentum. Back and forth these two men go. When it will stop, you and I do not know. We will find out together. The crowd is going to be exhausted after this one. We have an ambulance standing by. Might need 2 if these two can't settle their differences in the ring. A couple of tail whips there from Luchasaurus. Huge lariat off the ropes from Go. 1, 2, 3. Go knocked him out finally after 43.5 minutes. Holy crap. Holy crap. Oh, but for whatever reason, that was his Go-Wan lariat, by the way, that's his finisher. For whatever reason, it wasn't 100, but I'll take 99. Holy crap, what a match. The greatest match in Luchasaurus' career. Holy crap. Yes, sir, Juice Pompanusin, we have been trying to put up our channel points. Let's see here, let's pick our winner. Choose outcome, Goshiyazaki. After a war. Go ahead and beat Luchasaurus. Okay, now let's set up our next one. Boink. Start a new one, please. Okay, that would have, like I said, that would have sent everybody to break. And now we come back with some guests. Well, a guest. And a championship on the line that does not belong to our organization. Okay, I hope I'm spelling this right. Miyahara? Miyahara. Alright, here we go. Prediction has started. Our next contest for the NWA Championship, we lent them Zeus last month, and wouldn't you know it, they put Zeus in a title match and he done won their strap. So we have invited the All Japan Pro Wrestling Triple Crown Champion Kento Miyahara in to see if they can add a 4th belt to their waist, or to see if Zeus can retain the NWA title. Kento Miyahara's Triple Crown is not on the line because you can't do champion versus champion matches anymore. You used to be able to do this in the whatever the original, like Final Fire Pro 2, whatever it was called, the Game Boy Advanced version of this that had the original version of Fire Promoter. You could put multiple titles on the line. So you could essentially create your own Triple Crown by like uniting 3 heavyweight belts or whatever the heck. All right. You used all your luck on the tag tourney. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. As long as you're not like betting like an exorbitant amount of channel points, you should be all right. All right. Speaking of, we'll see how all right. Oh, that's right. As a mod, you can't bet. Did you want me to demod you, Juice? That sucks. Well, you could at least like shout it out in chat who you're going for. Do you want me? No, do not demod me. I have so little power in this life. Do not take it away from me. I feel the same. I feel the same. All right. GWA, and okay, that would have sent everybody to break because they would have pooped themselves by the quality of that one. And we are coming back with Kento Miyahara versus Zeus for the NWA Heavyweight Championship. Let's get down. You will kill me. Okay. All right, Kento Miyahara in the red and gold, Zeus in the black, gold, and purple. As always, the creature and feature of the senior official here, Mr. Bigfoot. And they're underway. These two actually no strangers to one another, because in real life, Zeus is part of All Japan Pro Wrestling. So these two would have faced off early in Zeus's career before they left All Japan and came to the GWA. Hey, congrats on getting your vaccination appointment. Like, you got it today or the vaccination appointment is for today. In either case, good stuff. Glad to see that thing is progressing. Unfortunately, my folks got the AstraZeneca first round, so we'll see how that goes. I know there's still technically like eligible for the second one, and the first ones have been canceled and blah blah blah, but I also know that all distribution of it is sort of ceased, so they have to like combo up their second one with something different. Maybe. So unfortunately, it's going to get a little complicated for them, but do you know which one you're getting? I got the Dolly Parton one. Oh, you scheduled it today. Nice. Beautiful. Good stuff, pal. We'll get there. Some sense of normalcy will be restored before probably the end of the year, I would think. Good stuff. Nothing away from these two fine athletes. It looks like Kento Miyahara is dressed as our main sponsor, the Burning Hammer. After that war, even I'm a little exhausted calling that last 40-minute one, so I'm gonna let this one simmer for a little bit, see where the action takes us. Neither men, at least to this point, in my reckoning here, have really established themselves as the dominant force. Sort of trading moves, two old foes that know each other well. And we are 5 minutes deep into their latest tangle. Boom, a huge clothesline, almost turns Kento Miyahara inside out. We have an Orange Cassidy landing on that one. Not able to recover. Only a momentary advantage there for Zeus, who will be looking to, hit that choke slam and jackhammer as their big moves. And Kento Miyahara has that arm trap German suplex where they lock both of your arms at the side. Makes it a lot harder to roll your shoulder. You can't use the momentum of your other limbs to help you out. Oh yeah, we need to have our, our weekend or our week getaway in Toronto again, for sure. Oh, speaking of, this has nothing to do with Toronto. Just speaking of you in general, I know you have a Switch. Wrestling Empire, that game by M. Dickey. I think it's only like $12 or something on Switch right now. You should pick it up because it is ridiculous. Like in a real fun sort of way. In a fun, goofy, kind of like the N64 games sort of way. And it's got like 350 wrestlers in it. They're all technically like real, but they have silly fake names. And you can really go on. Oh, there's that big choke slam we were talking about by Zeus. Two. Almost puts Kento down. Miyahara. Nice knee to under the jaw there of Zeus. Not to be outdone. Fighting for all he's worth here, for the pride of All Japan Pro Wrestling. Both of these men witnessed Goshiyazaki and Luchasaurus in that previous content. You've looked at it before, not gonna lie. Spoopy Stream, I believe, is at 9 p.m. tonight. You've looked at it before? Yeah, but I don't know if you can or you can't, but you used to be able to, in previous versions of the game, rename everybody so that you can actually put their proper name and just, they can just copy who they are. But like, one of the promotions is old 80s wrestlers, and other promotions is current wrestlers from like WWE. There's like AEW people, so on and so forth. They're like, lookalikes type of thing with silly names. I don't know how accurate the movesets are, but that's not the point. But just like the gameplay and stuff it's really, really fun. Kento Miyahara having no fun after that jackhammer, but he's able to roll the shoulder at 2.9 again. Follows up a near fall with that knee under the jaw of Zeus, just sticking to his game plan, looking to knock this guy out with that single leg lariat. Boom! Choke slam once more by Zeus. 1, 2, 3. Zeus retains in 12. A solid title defense there for the NWA World Heavyweight Champion Zeus, putting down old rival Kento Miyahara in convincing fashion. With his secondary finisher, no less. Just dropped him. All right. Cooling things off. Cooling the crowd off a little. Back from break. Because coming up next... Oh, first off. Is Prediction. Prediction. Choose that one. Zeus. Boink, boink. Start a new one. Okay. In a rematch for the Stardom Heavyweight Championship. In the Asuka won it from Miro in the first place, and then Miro earned the right to get this title rematch by winning their six-person or their multi-person #1 contender tag match. So it is good to go in about 30 seconds from now. Miro versus Asuka once again for the Stardom Heavyweight Championship. No special stipulations or anything like that. It is just a straight-up matchup between these two. Last time, Miro was not ready for Asuka, but if he performs anywhere close to how he performed last night on Dynamite, Asuka is in trouble. I mean, there's no correlation between video game Miro and real life Miro, but you know, a man can dream. Let's see how those dreams come true as we head down to the ring. As always, the Creature Run feature, Mr. Bigfoot, calls for the bell, and we are underway. Miro there in the black and green camo trunks, Asuka in the multicolored outfit, in the purple hair. Anyway, to finish my point about that MDickie game, it's got a career mode. It's got a lot of fun story elements. I think there might even be a management mode, not dissimilar to this. There certainly was for the computer way back when. We released like 2 literal versions of the game. One for career mode, one for management mode. But just the gameplay in and of itself, the proliferation of weaponry, there's like explosions, blood flies everywhere. Like, it's just a real good, fun, goofy wrestling time. I think it'll be right up your alley. Like, I've been playing his games for years. They've always been kind of janky in the real fun, good way. So you should totally check out what's on sale. I think it's only on $12 or something like that. Anywho, I'm sure Miro in his off time likes to game a little bit. So does Asuka. He used to work in the video game industry before becoming a professional wrestler. That's right, she used to make graphics for Game Boy Color games, did Asuka in her previous life, as my dream woman. Back and forth they go. Kicks v punches. Kicks to the midsection from Asuka, doing the trick to this point as she now starts to work on the limbs of Miro. A submission expert is Asuka. Miro generally just sets up for the one, just generally has that one submission in his arsenal, but tools the rest of his moveset to making sure that you are worn down, and that maximizes the efficiency and damage done, pain caused by that submission. You don't have to have the fanciest moveset in the world, you just need to be effective with its execution.
5 minutes
and that is very much true of Miro. As we pass 5 minutes here, you see that couple of quick suplexes there, only the second one able to keep Miro down for any length of time before Asuka immediately pulls him back to his feet. Try to keep the momentum going on a guy like Miro, or he can cut you off in a hurry, as you see him here with a couple of moves, resulting in a 2 count. Big clothesline, big boots. That pin stomping at the midsection. Nice flipping senton there from Miro. Will work the midsection of his opponent for the duration of the matchup, setting up for that camel clutch variation he now calls game over. I don't know if they have the weird body scissor variation he does with it now, which is looks extra vicious. Certainly looking to withstand these kicks of Asuka. She's got herself in a pinning predicament. Another 2 count there. Going to knock Miro out. Nice hip attack.
1, 2.
Ultimately, Asuka looking for an opportunity to cinch in that Asuka lock. A body scissor chicken wing variation. All right. I don't know if she's telling Miro to bring it, or she's indicating where she will next attack with her hip attacks. Oh, spinning back fist. Shades of Aja Kong there from Asuka. It looks to be tiring Miro out as we approach the 10-minute mark. Nice buzzsaw kick to the side of the head there from your Stardom Heavyweight Champion. Miro now, not taking too kindly, just drops the champ. Allows himself to catch his breath. Roll through.
2.
And this puts Miro away. Another pinning predicament, but too close to the ropes this time. You can see Miro able to get his feet on the top rope from that. Quite easy for the referee to detect that. Another buzzsaw kick. Asuka is riding a wave of offensive momentum here that could spell victory if Miro doesn't pump the brakes a little bit. Trying to set Miro up now in the center of the ring is Asuka. Miro wary of it. Into the game over. Trying to end things quickly. But Asuka able to fight free. Nice snap suplex there by the champ. Remember last time Miro wasn't quite ready for Asuka. Could history repeat itself here? Nice follow-away slam, whipping Asuka. It looked like head first into the turnbuckle. Reached all the way to the corner, did Asuka, on that follow-away from Miro. Such power from the big man. Able now to drop the champion with a sidewalk slam. Two combatants trading blows, center of the ring. I see you've played punchy kicky before, says Asuka. And kickies Miro to the mat. Nice drop kick to the chest there. Of the big man from Bulgaria. Oof. Spin kick to the back of the head, looking to dim his lights. Just kicks Asuka away. More than anything. Just get away from me, says Miro, so he can catch his breath. Falls up with a huge headbutt. But again, another buzzsaw kick to the side of the head. Into the cover. 1, 2. No! Miro kicks out. Just able to roll that shoulder. Knocked out for 2 seconds when Asuka was looking for a 3 count. Counters the buzzsaw kick that time, does Miro. But is lured into the corner by Asuka. Oh, fights his way free. Unable to follow up, though. Now Asuka pulling away from the ropes. What's she looking for here? All right. Quick pose to the crowd to let them know that it is over. Into an armbar. This could do it. A submission master is Asuka. But Miro again able to fight free. Saw with one arm able to throw Asuka off there. A burst of adrenaline from the best man. We are past 15 minutes now. It looks like Asuka is getting ready to set Miro up for the coup de grace. Oh, no, follow-away slam there from Miro, this time toward the center of the ring. But Asuka able to absorb the blow. Miro unable to follow up immediately. Asuka continues on. Oh, a hip attack from Miro this time. Butt bumps Asuka over the rope to the floor, allowing Miro the time he desperately needed to catch his breath. Excellent strategy there from the challenger. Let's see if they can put it to their advantage. Doesn't seem like offensively they're able to capitalize thus far as Asuka continues to press their attack. German suplex followed up with a couple of kicks. Kick to the side of the head this time. Positioning Miro for that Asuka lock that you can't quite get locked on. Into the corner she once again sends Miro. Nice hip attack in the corner. Waits for him to stumble out. Rolls into the cover. 1, 2, 3. That is it. A hip attack in the corner, driving the wind out of Miro. And he is 0-2 against Asuka. Okie dokie. I feel like I was gonna say. I feel like the front half of our show was the stronger half match-wise, but this one got 99%, and it took less than half the time of the other 99% matchup. Woo! Asuka retains. Okay, so let me go down and save that. Let me now remember to pop over here and end that prediction. Choose that outcome. Boink. Oh, I see these are rather conservative bets, though. Yeah, you won, like, a handful. But that's fine. Play close to the vest. All right. What are you doing here? Oh, what's this? Oh, this is, who's playing here? This is a Marufuji Joe versus Brain Derby. Brain Derby. For the tag straps. Boink. There we go. Yes, coming up next for the GWA Tag Team Championship of the World, the Bray Wyatt and Darby Allin combination representing Camp Firefly are defending their straps against the unaffiliated Samoa Joe and Naomichi Marufuji that have actually been former champs on their own. So, former champs getting a shot. Okay. This one, tough to call. Tough to call. Bray Wyatt did just survive and win, in fact, that 6-person tag team championship tournament last month, but his other two partners did like 95% of the work in the entirety of the tournament, so I don't know how beat up he is. Marufuji and Joe are fresh, Darby Allin is fresh and somewhat indestructible, so we'll see how this one plays out. Can I make Haku max out everything and let him run wild? I think he's a Hall of Famer, so I'm pretty sure he's already in my game. I don't know that he has max everything. It's not like a bar fight. Like out of the ring, Haku has like all his stats are like 11 for sure. But in the ring, he was the softer half of the Colossal Connection in his tag team. So I don't know. The thing to do would be get Ming's pants. Ming's pants were amazing. When he had like the super fro and he had the black and gold pants. Heck of a look. Google that if you get a chance. Just try to Google Meng's pants. M-E-N-G Meng's pants and see if you get a good picture of it. Yeah, good dude. Like legit tough guy. Like just be nice. Like he's one of those be nice and he'll be nice. But if you're not nice, he will bite your nose off, apparently. Legit badass. It must have been so rough in those decades, people testing you all the time. Because, like, Cat was let out of the bag in the late 90s, right? So now, okay, everyone's in on the fact that it's a show. But back then, it was like, you're a phony, you're a fake, you're a piece of crap, etc., etc. And they would have had to, like, defend themselves constantly. Hey, Munchkin, what's going on? Thank you very much for the hello. Nice to see ya. Oh, time to hydrate. You're right. Just time to hydrate. And you see Darby Allin and Joe there going back and forth. Quick tag into Bray Wyatt, who we will see probably in the early part of the matchup and then probably just at the end. I feel like Darby Allin's going to take the majority of the middle of this one, but that is yet to be determined. Just based on Bray Wyatt's normal style. Can absorb an inhuman amount of punishment. Can the Fiend Bray Wyatt? But I don't think Naomichi Marufuji is particularly intimidated. That might be a language barrier, but I just don't think he's generally intimidated by many people, if anyone at all, is the savvy 20-plus year vet, Marufuji. I do wish he'd stop wearing that kinesio tape on his shoulders, though. It's essentially putting a bullseye on his shoulders, but whatever gets him through the night is all right. It's all right. Yeah, possibly gouge an eye out, break some teeth with his fingers. Yeah, he just pull people's teeth out with his bare hands. Sure. You know, he do what he do. Oh, looks like Bray Wyatt got tuckered out after about 2.5 minutes in the ring and tagged back out to Darby. So we'll see Samoa Joe back on the offense. Nice suplex there, trying to send Darby out to the floor, just kind of missing, sort of bouncing him against the ropes instead. Quick tag back into Bray. This is surprising. Did not have expected that. Did not have expected Bray Wyatt to accept a tag so soon after being in the ring, to be quite honest. As now we are at Samoa Joe versus The Fiend Bray Wyatt. Pretty good matchup on paper and likely in the ring, but Best wishes to Bray Wyatt, who is currently on something of a small sabbatical, dealing with some mental health issues, apparently having a rough time with the death of his friend, Brody Lee. So, brighter days ahead, buddy. It'll be okay. Ooh. I mean, that's just the scuttlebutt. You can never really know for sure, but that's the word on the street. Nice jumping elbow in the corner from Naomichi Marufuji, in total control of the Fiend right now. Roll through. This time it's Darby Allin standing on the apron, I guess confident that the Fiend would kick at one. Mainly it's Bray Wyatt just waiting and watching his opponent, or excuse me, his partner fend for themselves in a pinning predicament or a submission attempt. Marufuji. Oh gosh. Emerald Frozen from Darby Allin. Naomichi Marufuji recognizes the severity of the blow he just took to the back of his head and just scurries across the ring to get Samoa Joe involved once again. That will be the one move that Darby Allin is allowed to seal this entire matchup. I don't think it's one per opponent. It's one per match. And he elected the Emerald Frozen by Naomichi Marufuji to Naomichi Marufuji. Off the ropes comes Joe. All it really seemed to do was get Joe in the matchup instead. There we go. Quick tag to Bray. It looks like they want to keep things Joe versus Bray, Darby versus Marufuji. As you see, Darby Allin giving Joe a little something to remember him by on his way out of the ring. There's Frankensteiner off the top there. Joe able to absorb that damage. Follow things up with a suplex to Bray, but Bray again, inhuman, superhuman, supernatural ability to absorb punishment. Can shrug off offensive maneuvers that would cripple most men. It seems. Also, there aren't a lot of props nearby, so he's in less danger of losing. It seems like the more props that are involved in a Bray Wyatt match, the more likely he is to lose. Which is weird because they're his props. Like that match that he had at Mania against Randy Orton where he put all the stuff on the ring. Did he win that match? I don't think he did. The last one he didn't. It had a giant jack-in-the-box next to the ring. Oh, half and half suplex from Bray Wyatt. That's not taking anything away from his in-ring ability. I'm talking about the real-life version and their goofy gimmicks and their goofy, I don't know, prop team? Whatever you want to call it. Marufuji in there against Darby Allin, who'll be looking for that coffin drop, that no-look splash off the top. Oh, Samoa Joe tagged in and rolled up into a small package. Naomichi Marufuji would have had to tag up in order to prevent that. See, he has to get to his corner first before he's able to come into the ring to break up a pin attempt. Samoa Joe a little power at 2. Marufuji saved him on the second one at 1. Saved him the effort of kicking out, that is. But Darby Allin just desperate to hold on to that small package. Trying roll up after roll up on Samoa Joe here. Nice drop toe, takes the bigger man down. Off the ropes he's set. Nice back elbow from Samoa Joe. Rolls him over. Again, there's another competitor, much like Asuka, a number of submission moves in their arsenal and likes to finish it with one in particular. As Darby tags out to the Fiend Bray Wyatt, who has a submission move of their own, that Mandible Claw that they can put on anyone at any time. There are no height or weight restrictions. With a move like the Mandible Claw, you just jam your fingers down the gullet of your opponent. Nice headbutt off the ropes there to Marufuji, who's now legal against the Fiend Bray Wyatt. You see Samoa Joe there having to catch their breath on the apron. Oh, drop toe into the turnbuckle from Marufuji. And a frog splash to the back of the Fiend. Nice offensive combo there from Marufuji. Oh, Bray Wyatt retorts with a punch to the ding-ding. Gets set up across the ring. Oh, top rope Spanish fly to the Fiend. Shot back down to the canvas when he fights his way back to his feet. Mandible Claw by Marufuji. Luckily, Darby Allin there to break things up. What a move by Marufuji, stealing the Mandible Claw. I don't even know if it's one stolen move per team. But what a choice by Marufuji, who earlier suffered an Emerald Frozen at the hands of Darby Allin, to just put the Mandible Claw on Bray Wyatt, who doesn't know what to do with himself. Since that happened now quickly, okay, has a split second of advantage there to get across the ring and get Darby Allin tagged in, and so he does. Darby Allin goes up top and coffin drops Samoa Joe to the back. Rolls him over. 1, 2... Bray Wyatt just watches as Marufuji goes across the ring and breaks up that pin attempt. That could have been it. A second coffin drop on the other side of the ring, but Darby Allin can't get the pin in time. Marufuji should break this up rather easily. Yep, broken up at 1. But now, Joe has suffered the effects of 2 coffin drops. The Mandible Claw wasn't to win it, it was to send a message, says GR in chat. And you know what? I got to agree. After suffering the indignity of that Emerald Frozen from Darby Allin, I feel like that Mandible Claw to Bray Wyatt was in direct response. Off the ropes, he said, huge forearm. Plants Darby Allin. Off the ropes he comes again. Knee to the back. Just knees him to the canvas. Oh, small package here. 2, 3. Samoa Joe, too slow to get across the ring. Bray Wyatt doesn't even need to play defense because Darby Allin secures the victory with a small package out of nowhere. I guess that was a Smoky Mountain Wrestling finish for you. And just a shade off of perfect was this one. See, it was 99, and then the sudden small package finish like probably dinged it another percent. But that was a flash win out of nowhere, and your tag champions retain. Most roll-ups in this game are pretty powerful, especially as like matches wear on. You're not wrong. Boink. Bray Darby. Oh, I didn't even put a thing in between. Oh no, I did. That's weird. It changes it. It changed it. Boink. Okay. Semi-main. Booyaka, Booyaka. I'm only putting his name in all caps here because that's how he spells his name. It's not like I'm being like, vote for Kushida! That's how he spells his name. Boink. Rey Mysterio versus Kushida for the GWA Junior Heavyweight Championship is up next in your semi-main event. The penultimate match in the history of G1 GWA. And then, like I said, we're gonna do these last 2 matches. We're gonna go check out the year-end awards that will be given out. We're gonna take a look at sort of like see if we can take a quick tour of the wrestling landscape, if that's possible. Like once we get our show results, I'm gonna look at the results of all the other shows that were put on, just to see who was booked, and maybe chat about it for a minute or 2. And then we're gonna gracefully bow out of here. And then next week, you're going to see me restart the universe from scratch. Like, we're going to go over the new promotions. We're going to go over the fact that, the rosters are going to look a little bit different. Like, there's going to be a lot more people on the actual other promotions. Like, I'm going to try to give them half of their team. And we're going to build from the ground up to see how we do. So far, we've, because we're playing on easy here, like I said, we're at the end of the 6th year, technically, going into the 7th year. So we've technically done 6 full years of content, and it didn't take us, longer than maybe 2.5 years to be the biggest promotion in the world. And then since then, we've essentially just been had the best roster, the largest roster by a factor of at least 2 or 3 in some cases. And then just cranking out supercard after supercard. So do not expect that going forward, because we're going to start with 6 created wrestlers. I think we're going to choose a different wrestling style as well. We did King's Road this time. I think we're going to do Strong Style next time. So even the members of the industry, who are the created wrestlers that came with the Federation when it was first formed, I don't necessarily know that they will be back, because there might be other created wrestlers that are Strong Style that they put in instead, because we always choose King's Road. Anyway, or I've always chosen King's Road. Anyway, just stuff to be considered and talked about next week when we do the whole reboot show, because of course I'm going to be completely transparent with all the booking and stuff, because we'll be starting fresh. And then I'm going to try, as we go, to maybe incorporate an element or two to try to differentiate the show portion versus the prep portion of the proceedings. Anyway, we're also eventually going to finish our New Japan heavyweight. Oh, or did we? No, we have that title match with Tanahashi coming up at Wrestle Kingdom eventually. We just haven't done it yet. I might do that. I might spend most of the show next week doing the new universe, and then maybe run the end of the New Japan career, just to put the cap on that as well. Okay, all of that to say, Rey Mysterio, Kushida, GWA Junior title on the line. Match 9 of 10. Let's get down to the ring and see how this one goes. Speaking of the small package being too powerful, not only does Kushida employ a small package driver as a finisher, Rey Mysterio, being the greatest counter wrestler in the history of the industry, has all sorts of pinning combinations and counters into pinning attempts. So, very, very mighty will be the roll-ups in this one. Rey Mysterio supporting an old school look, mind you, with all of his with some of his tattoos. Not all. I guess this harkens back to his WCW days when he just had the 1 or 2 on the one arm, I think. Kushida, of course, comes to us by way of NXT via New Japan Pro Wrestling. This is an official New Japan Pro Wrestling edit of Kushida. One of the other things I'm doing between now and next week's reboot, as I am sort of refreshing the rosters of some of the Japanese and American promotions and then adding a few more promotions entirely, is I'm going to be probably replacing most of, if not all of, the default New Japan edits, because at this point they're about 4 years old. So I'm going to take a look into the workshop community to see whom has updated them. I don't mean Detective Whom, I mean if anybody's updated them or just replaced them entirely, and then we'll have a more updated roster in the New Japan sense as well, because we've already tweaked the Will Ospreay to give them a bunch of custom moves and stuff, so we might as well just find full edits. Here we go. Speaking of roll-ups, Spider-Man? I could add Arachnaman if I do an old school WCW thing, but no, I'm going to stick with mostly real world wrestlers still. I'm going to be adding the Hall of Fame is going to be a show, and International Wrestling Legends is going to be a show. So there are going to be some Hall of Famers for sure in the mix. Well, obviously hundreds of Hall of Famers in the mix, but I'm not going the full fantasy character route beyond, however much of a fantasy character a wrestler already is. Just because that's sort of my wheelhouse. Plus it helps me learn more about the actual scene. It helps me keeps me informed and engaged, so to speak. Oh yeah, the ridiculous stuff is lots of fun, don't get me wrong, and as soon as we have the opportunity to get Mr. Bigfoot back as our referee, believe me, Mr. Bigfoot will be the referee for the new GWA ASAP. But that's probably as goofy as I'll get. Unless I do another Christmas Chaos, and then all bets are off. I did have Iceman and Sub-Zero at the last one, I think. Was it Iceman? Iceman and Glacier? Iceman and Glacier against Human Torch and Eddie Guerrero. Yeah, that was a match that I did.
1, 2.
Speaking of those counters, there's another beautiful roll-up attempt by Rey Mysterio, who has been with our promotion so long that they are a Kings Road style and no longer a Lucha style competitor. I didn't know that wrestlers could change their wrestling style over the course of their career with you. What a press here by Kushida! Almost puts Mysterio out. Oh, there's that small package driver we were talking about! Once again, Rey just kicks out. I thought it was only God could judge you.
1, 2.
All right. I guess he's delegated. It's been long enough. JC can do it. Good stuff. Mysterio winning that strike battle. That nice drop kick to the chest there. He'll be looking to set Kushida up in the corner for a 619 drop the dime combo. Kushida, like we said, we already saw the small package driver. Also has a key lock that they call the hoverboard lock. A submission variation that they can apply. Nice DDT off the ropes there. Kushida thinks this is it as he drags Ray to the center of the ring. Oh, just a sliding kick. Just football hoofed him in the ribs. And gets rolled up for his troubles, but too close to the ropes there. Rolls through into the armbar, but Ray again, good ring positioning, able to get his legs under the bottom rope. Here's that 619, here it comes. Dial it up. Drops that dime. 1, 2. No, Kushida just rolls the shoulder. Single arm DDT. Trying to set Ray up for that key lock submission, I feel. Oh, another flipping capo kick. Into the corner once more. Trying to go for a second 619 is Ray, but Kushida denies him and does another sliding soccer kick to the ribs. Gets rolled up. Just able to get out of that pinning predicament is Kushida. Ray sends him outside. This has been non-stop action for the 13 minutes plus here. I don't know how much longer either competitor can last if they keep up this pace. Roll-ups won't help you on the floor though, Ray. I don't know that they particularly hurt your opponent either. See Kushida now just bouncing Ray off the apron. Oh, into the small package driver on the floor. That is going to do some damage, whether you maintain the pin or not, because you are dropping your opponent on their head and neck with all of your weight on top of them as well. Oof. Ray able to fight Kushida off, whips him into the guardrail. Able to get a little bit more distance away from that apron there is Ray, but nope. Kushida right back into the hardware. Now takes his turn to roll up Rey Mysterio to no avail on the outside of the ring as both competitors return here as we have passed 15 minutes and off the ropes he goes. Huge forearm to the side of the jaw of Rey Mysterio. Off the ropes again. Head scissors him closer to the ropes. There's that key lock. There's the hoverboard lock we were talking about. And Ray has no choice but to immediately tap out. Kushida retains. Yeah, they do some weird stuff. As you vaguely hear Kushida's New Japan theme in the background. But okay. Apparently that was enough to get you a good 93. Yeah, I wish the CPU were more cognizant of the ropes. That's my main thing. If they knew or were more cognizant of like, oh, I'm this close to the ropes, so when I do this move, I'm going to be in the ropes, versus if I pull them away first and then do the pin, I'll be all right, sort of thing. Does that time God tag with Shawn Michaels count them as a wrestler? There you go. You can actually make invisible wrestlers. Like, you literally can. You can just set the opacity of all their edit parts to 0 so that they just can't be seen. So you could technically, I don't know if they still cast a shadow. So if they still cast that shadow, you could pretend it's the inverse of the spotlight that they used in that match and totally just pretend that it was God tagging with Shawn Michaels. Yeah, like Ray trying for pins outside the ring, stuff like that. If it's like an impact move, like a power bomb that normally you would hold for a pin, I feel like that's okay to still do on the floor because at least it looks like you're power bombing the guy. But like small package on the floor, oh yeah. Like, wait, I don't even have a false count anywhere option. Like, there's no point in this game where you can do that outside the ring to make it worth your while. Anyway, speaking of worth your while, let's get this prediction thing settled. Okay. Kushida. Shane and Vince versus Vince and Shane versus Shawn Michaels and God in season 2. Maybe. I could always do that as a fantasy match. They're all in here. I don't know about God, but I got the other 3, and I could always add the 4th. I'm so curious. Okay, this is going to take an extra second while we do the prediction. Whilst we do the second prediction, for our very final main event, the oldest rivalry in the GWA, Daniel Bryan and Jack Howard. Are about to face off one last time for the GWA title. Let's see who rides off into the sunset of GWA Gen 1 as our champion. There we go. Now, as that is being voted upon, I am super curious, so I'm just going to pop over real quick to the Steam Workshop for Fire Pro Wrestling World, and I did a quick Google, or sorry, I did a quick workshop search for God. Okay. And the first thing that comes up is someone made the invisible God I just described. And they have demonstrated them in a match against Hollywood Hulk Hogan. So you can 1,000,000% have an invisible God in your game. I'm looking at them right now in the Steam Workshop. Thank you very much for Ignis for creating that one. Yeah. So there you go. I wanted to make the God of the Bible as a wrestler, and since God is everywhere but cannot be seen, I decided to make him invisible. There you go. I don't know what their finishing moves or anything like that are, because you can't tell from here, but yep, they are an invisible wrestler. They still cast a shadow, so that's all you would see should you book God in your matchup. Okay. Oh no! Let me just ruin. Look at this. Look at this. I just caught my wristband on my mic stand. Ugh. Now I gotta rip out all these threads. Dang. I have to go back to the dollar store and buy more. Okay. In your main event, John Cena versus God would be difficult to watch. Well, you just have to close your eyes, I guess, or you have to turn away. Oh, speaking of, I showed Juice this the other day. GR, have you seen Invisible Man versus Invisible Stan from one of Joey Janela's spring breaks? That might very well be the sort of match you're thinking of. Okay, so go ahead and YouTube that later. Invisible Man versus Invisible Stan. I believe it's available for free on the legit Game Changer Wrestling YouTube page, and it's pretty much what you would expect. It is a match between two invisible wrestlers. Yeah, it is amazing. Thank you, Juice. It is amazingly ridiculous. Tip of the cap to Bryce Rensburg for refereeing that one. All right, we know that Sasquatch will be in the middle of the ring refereeing this. As for the final time, we are going to the ring for a GWA contest. The GWA Heavyweight Champion of the World, Hollywood hunk Jack Howard, putting the belt on the line against their oldest rival, the American Dragon, Daniel Bryan. Let's get down to the ring. I don't know that he's called himself American Dragon in ages, but that they be. Juice with the YouTube link. Thanks, buddy. And we are underway. Daniel Bryan in their default gear, which is, I think, what they were wearing when they first showed up in the GWA. Jack Howard just has the one attire. So they're dressed as per usual. In this, your main event, GWA champion Jack Howard, the taller gentleman with the blonde mullet and the black trunks, against Daniel Bryan in the white and maroon, paying tribute to one of their original teachers, William Regal, with that one. We are well underway in this one. Both of these men, no stranger to the other. As we said, the longest rivalry in the GWA, especially over the GWA Championship, concerns Daniel Bryan and Jack Howard. And finally, once and for all, as he picks thread out of his wristband, the two gentlemen are going to settle things in the middle of the ring. Daniel Bryan will be looking for that yes lock or the knockout shot, the running knee strike he used to win championship gold at WrestleMania. Jack Howard, of course, deadly with that package pile driver, but both men have a variety of moves that could put you out. Like that TKO from Jack Howard. Thought he might have followed up with the brainbuster there.
Give up. Give up.
See a quick chin lock. Jack Howard trying to slow the pace of things, but Daniel Bryan having none of it. Nice dragon screw leg whip there. Daniel Bryan already seems a little winded. I don't know if that's just me, but he took a little while to get back to his feet after executing the dragon screw, and we're only 4.5 minutes deep here. Never before would I have thought to put the conditioning of a Daniel Bryan into question, but as you can see there, he's suplexed to the outside of the ring. He's already got to catch his breath a little bit before returning. We're only 5 minutes gone in this. We'll continue to monitor the situation, obviously. Oh, a huge pump kick to the side of the jaw there by Jack Howard. The Hollywood hunk looking to knock out Daniel Bryan and go home early. Back to the Boston Crab. Now, there are a couple, when this game was in earlier modes, like before they did DLC, before New Japan got involved, when it was still in early access, essentially, the community... Oh, hang on! Package Power Driver here, we're only 6.5 minutes deep, but Daniel Bryan fights his way immediately back to his feet. Immediately fights his way back to his feet, so no cover attempt can be made. Wowzers. Early danger there for Daniel Bryan, but it seems like he's weathered the storm. Gets a nice northern suplex, or northern light suplex in. Anyway, when this game was still in early access, and you can still see a lot of federations on Twitch to this day that employ some of these modifications, but the community was able to add in a lot of quality of life and different stuff that you can't get out of the normal game. There's Daniel Bryan with a small package attempt on the floor. Another one now. Yeah, see, once you're out of the ring, these moves, the CPU should be like, okay, I can't use these moves. Anyway, back in the day, they added such quality of life improvements as the ability to have all of the blood remain on the canvas for the duration of the matchup, where you could literally set a numerical value for how many pools of blood maximum you wanted to allow. The other quality of life improvement I wish that it carried through into the normal game was you used to be able to set it so that you couldn't get a submission with a submission move unless that submission move was a signature or a finisher in your move list. Now that small tweak, if you just think about it for a second, that small tweak would just, if you're not already excited about the matches you get out of this program, as we see a pin attempt here from Daniel Bryan, just a 2, that small tweak would just level it up to such an amazing degree. Back and forth these hard-hitting competitors go as we see another dive attempt here coming from Jack Howard, 2 for 2 with dives to the outside is the Hollywood Hunk. Content to continue the fight on the floor are both men. No countouts, no DQs. Anything goes here on the floor. Yes, I can't believe earlier in this matchup, Daniel Bryan rolled through and no-sold that package pile driver like he had broken a wrist lock. Like it was the easiest thing in the world to do. No doubt has been training his neck for this one. You now see him drop with a brainbuster there by the Hollywood Hunk, who goes up top. Jumping punch to the ding-dong. And a second off the top from Howard. In a bit of a sticky situation there in regards to the ropes is Howard, so he elects to pull Daniel Bryan back to his feet rather than risk a pin attempt being broken. Gets rolled over into a yes-lock. Yes-lock by Daniel Bryan. Seizes his opportunity. Looking to capitalize, but Jack Howard able to break free. Now the two men slugging it out. Chops and kicks. Enziguri from Daniel Bryan. Absorb discus. Lariat by Howard. Seals the deal for now. Daniel Bryan quick to follow up with a diving clothesline. What resilience from the challenger here. Champion's starting to get a little frustrated, it looks like. Oh, counters that suplex to Daniel Bryan. Into a release German. Yeah, there are weapons and stuff. It's just like if you run Fire Promoter, you can only really stick to the one match type for an entire card. I wish Fire Promoter wise you could book any type of match on a card. Like I would like to have just one cage match, like put in a match with a bunch of weapons, so on and so forth. They have like the same amount they've always had. It's just you don't really see them in my promoter mode because I'm just doing straight on one-on-one contests type of thing. Except for that one all cage match pay-per-view I did had that the crowd hated. TKO here to Daniel Bryan from Howard, but again, Daniel Bryan back to his feet first after some major offense from Jack Howard, and he locks in the S-lock again, and that's it! That is it! Daniel Bryan, just like that, goes out on top. Oh yes, triple threats would be amazing. Yeah, bringing in like, oh perfect, got up to 90. Got up to like you can do singles tags, like that's pretty much it. Singles tags, 6-person, 8-person, like just straight up tag matches. Or you can do a mix of that. Like I can do handicap matches for whatever reason, but not allowing me to do like those like 8-person battle royals or like the timed ones or like triple threats or 4-corner matches or anything like that is kind of bleh. Yeah, there's death matches for sure. There's like exploding landmine, not electrified cage, but exploding cage. There's the ones where there's like the two two boards in each corner that could either have barbed wire or light tubes on them, and then if you get thrown out of the ring, it explodes and you have to roll back in the ring. Or there's the one where there's a cage up, and then after a certain amount of time, the cage explodes inwards, type of thing. They're there. They're all in there, as well as the kickboxing matches. Like you can make a boxing promotion in this game if you just did made a kickboxing rule set, which is like 10 count, like standing 8 count, 10 count, TKO knockdown stuff, like with rounds and round time and stuff like that, and just put a bunch of boxers in it, or make kickboxers and put them in. Or it also has a UFC mode. You could do MMA stuff if you wanted to. Yeah, it's all in there. It's all in there. Okay. All in the base game. Like, you get all those match types in the base game. This Fire Promoter mode is additional DLC. So let us get over here to this prediction and do the last one here. Choose our outcome. Daniel Bryan walking away with the title one last time. Whoa! Big win on that too, I think. Did you just get like over 1,000? It's over 1,000! Yeah, 1,100! Good for you. Good for you. Okay. Average card rating, 92%. We have 65,000 plus. Let us go and see the end results of our final show of Generation 1 of the GWA. Daniel Bryan going out on top, crowned a new champion. Brock Lesnar winning the GCW title. AJ Styles winning the Freelance Championship. Tony Storm, new Freelance Junior Champion. So 4 new champions crowned. Over 72,000, almost 73,000 jamming this football stadium. Wow. Wow. Oh, Big R Shimizu is the new Dragon Gate champ. Let's see what else we can read. That's it. That's the only change. Alrighty, as requested. So as you can see, we made almost 7.5 mil, and I was hoping for 5, so we accomplished our goal of finishing the game with over $150 million in the bank. If I could just get that to print out somewhere, I'd be all set. I just have to wait for a few more seconds. We're going to go into more detailed information in the other cards once I have control of my limbs. There we go. All right, then we're back to it. Yeah, made about 7.5 mil. Let's take a detailed look here. Ticket price. We pretty much made all the gate back, like selling merch and goods and so on and so forth. We made our production costs, but just on the gate alone would have been $7.2 million right there. So we made, 9.1. Spent almost 2. Yeah, nice. New Japan's interested in working with us. Tough cookie. DDT wants to work with us. Not a chance. Noah wants to work with us. No dice. Also, no injuries. Luchasaurus wasn't hurt. They would have announced if he was hurt. So, this is our annual results. We made, over the course of this year, $66 million of our 152. Good stuff. We finished first. We finished first again, with more than double the points of the nearest competitor. But let's take a look at this. We're third in popularity. Heck yeah, last year we were like 12th. That's awesome. Okay, so overall, number 1, popularity. Number 3, behind WWE and Impact. That's weird. Impact. We have the best wrestlers, we have the best title belts, we have the best assets, we have the best gym in the GD world. I think this is just name value. Name value that's keeping them at number 1 here. Look at that. Yeah, like, where's New Japan? Oh, New Japan plummeted. I thought New Japan would have been second. Yeah, WWE, New Japan, which is pretty much how things started. NXT is a better gym than WWE. Yeah, everything else is pretty much, at least the top 3 in gym, assets, title belts, and wrestlers. These are pretty much how we started, at least top 3, like I'm saying. Oh, New Japan overtook WWE in terms of talent. Cool. But again, we utterly dominated every category. But toggle informations. Popularity, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Done. Yes, please. Can I go back now? Okay. We shall confirm. There, we can also look at our asset transition. Okay, so you see, we started with the, I think the first year that we played this, like in terms of, look at that thing skyrocket. The first year you start with $200,000, I think, is what you start the game with. So that's us in terms of value of title belts. You saw that we were pretty much close to the top after after year 4, and then 5, 6 on top. There's our rankings. Yeah, see, like halfway through the process, year 3 we were number 2, and then years 4, 5, and 6, top of the heap. Look at this jump in popularity though. Dead last, jumped a little bit, dipped a little bit, and then went from 12th to 3rd in 1 year. And this was that 1 year I was doing supercard after supercard in football stadiums across America. So that's literally just based on, I guess, word of mouth or the strength of our American broadcasting deal and stuff like that, that we finally got like national coverage consistently. And yeah, look at us go. We've had the best wrestlers in the world since, look at that. Year 1, we made some jumps. By the 2nd year in this business, we had the 2nd best roster in the game, and then just kept it going and kept improving it. Always had the best facilities from year 2 onward. Just, yeah, we got to take care of our peeps here. I try to build up the gym stuff first. We're number 1 again this year, sure is lonely at the top, ready to go back to work. Let us again just advance this forward and see if there's any new storylines going through here. It is a new year, perhaps we'll have some new retirees or something. We once again ended up in 1st place. Let's maintain that momentum. Oh, they found another Ali in America. I wonder who that is. And then our Mustafa Ali is waiting for a raise. Sure. People coming in from Dragon Gate. Oh, hang on, I gotta choose new sponsors. This won't matter because I'm going to delete this save later. Oh, Shiroku Mart. What's up? I'm gonna go this because it's more monthly money and it's a shorter term and there are no conditions. Go back to Prince Pepperoni. I need some other ones, huh? What's this? Must be 50 or more. Spike Chunsoft! That's the people that literally made this game. Is that a new main sponsor? Oh, please, please, please. Are you our new main sponsor? Spike Chunsoft. Yes, please. Amazing. Oh, average match must be 50% or more. That's average match evaluation. That means a show can't be less than 50%. Okay, got that one, got this one. Let's do the back to Jumbo Mart. Alright. Oh, our main sponsor is now Prince Pepperoni. Oh, that's adorable. So that's gonna be in the middle of the canvas. Cool, they used to just be on our turnbuckles. Now they're our main dude or dudette. Okay. That's it. We did it. Let's take a look. Can we look at wrestler stats in and amongst? There we go. In and amongst promotions. Okay, so the WWE ended up with some strange signings. They signed Atsushi Onita for whatever reason, and Robert Moore. I don't even know who their champions were. Alberto Carrillo's got a belt. Kevin Owens has got some belts. Oh, tag belt and probably heavyweight. And Randy's got something going on. I don't know who Randy's partners are, though. He's got to have a tag belt. New Japan had a handful of folk. Nothing too exciting. Could I look at their last show? Hang on. Okay, there we go. Promotion stats, result of previous event. There we go. So they're main eventing with Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens. How's New Japan doing? Taka Michinoku and Kenta in the main event. Tanahashi and Tonga Loa. See Tama Tonga. Okay, so a lot of singles matches. They're at least able to outfit a proper card, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, like, over here, Nick Jackson teaming with Ortiz against Sammy Guevara and Santana is your main event. Wow, that's crazy. Apparently Dustin Rhodes did a team match against Cody Rhodes and did a barn burner of an opening contest. But Kenny Omega and Jungle Boy was a disappointment in the middle of that one. That's fun. Played to a draw. You guys are putting time limits on your matches? Don't do that unless they knocked each other out. Oh yeah, freestyle. Yikes. So I thought freestyle as a promotional style meant do whatever you want, like have whatever type of match you want. So I figured, oh, that's probably good for like for an NXT or an Impact, because they're free to like literally book whatever they want. And I thought it just meant all of the different match types probably have an equal chance of getting over. It turns out freestyle, what they mean by that is amateur wrestling. So amateur wrestling is apparently NXT is apparently an amateur wrestling style promotion. And it also looks like they hired Jay Lethal at some point. Okay. I just thought it was funny that I got that so wrong. All right. Kudo versus Karasuke Takashita. Why are these so... We have all these great matches earlier on in the cards here. Marty Skrull, yuck, and Sonata. Wow, two 5-star matches there. Beer City Bruiser and Maria Manic. And Bandito versus Rhett Titus. Tearing the house down at Ring of Honor. Whoa! Dragon Gate. Oh, this is Big R Shimizu won their belt. They had a tournament to determine a new champion. Brother Yashi defending and losing their title to Big R Shimizu in that one. All Japan going out on top with Kaji Tomato versus Ultimo Dragon. Sure. Noah headlining with Yohei and Minoru Tanaka. That is a weak-ass card. I mean, in terms of percentage. Oh, here we go. This one built well. Rosemary versus Havoc. 5 stars. Suicide Petey Williams, 5 stars. They got at least 1,000 people there. Couldn't get 1,000 people to see this 2-match NWA show. This must have been a power taping. Marty Bell and Allison Kay, and then Nick Aldis versus Homicide, and that is it. And our tiniest promotion that only had 6 wrestlers, literally only had 3 of them healthy, and did a 1-card show and still got 1,700 people to show up. You know, still got more than a full Ring of Honor card. Hang on. Oh, they got 5. They got 5K. Impact had a full house. NWA could get 975 with 2 matches, including their world champion in action. And MLW did 1 match and drew 1,700 people. So there's a fan base there, MLW. Unfortunately, they just don't have the talent to put anything on. Okay, that's cool. I like being able to look at previous cards. So that's just kind of where everything's chilling out. That's where things are going to end up. We have our cadre of champions. It looks like Kevin Owens is the WWE champ. Alberto Carrillo is the junior champ. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell me who the tag team partners are. It just says the first person. Oh, I can check a look at title histories. That's kind of fun. Reigns, who is under our employ, Cena, Orton, and then the Usos each had the belt, and then it went to Kevin Owens. That's fun. Meanwhile, the junior title, Bayley, Charlotte, Sasha, Bayley, Humberto Carrillo. Okay. All right. Let's see, Jay White. This was a rocky road for a while because when Kota Ibushi had it, they quit New Japan shortly after winning the title, so it was inactive for a long time. That's why there's not a lot of title defenses. Kenta Taka. Wow, 13 wins. A stranglehold on that junior belt has Kenta. How's Adam Page doing? Omega, Matt Jackson, Adam Page, Nick Jackson, Adam Page. Okay. Meanwhile, the junior, Matt, Nick, Matt, Sammy, Brandy, Marco Stunt, Jungle Boy. Wow. Jungle Boy, Matt, back to Nick, back to Matt. All right, they are in charge after all. Yeah, the NXT champ, we got it way back here, and then this was all us until we eventually got it back to Konosuke Takashita, who has defended it thrice, but not in NXT. All right. Oh, hang on. Spike Chunsoft made the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games, did they? Ah, that's fun. Yeah, Brock Lesnar in NXT now would be something, because it seems like, especially the main event style, is more geared towards the Smash Mouth, let's call it, attitude and presence that he would bring. People are getting concussed, getting their like orbital bones broken, getting messed up in NXT main events now. Okay, yeah, like I said, this is all I had planned. We are on top of the world, Ma. We got the startup. We got so many belts. We had a bunch of new champions crowned. We have a bunch of defunct promotions. Oh, no wonder. MLW's heavyweight champion is Rhino. They are contracted with Impact Wrestling. MLW's junior heavyweight champion is Sami Callihan. They're contracted to me. No wonder they had no choice. I mean, their two major belts are with other promotions, and half their roster was down. They could only do a one-match card. That's brutal. Allison Kate, the junior champion. Zeus, the 13th. Yeah, I had the NWA belt for a while, and then I tried to give it back. Oh yeah, Homicide eventually won it, it looks like, and now they've been trading it all over the place. Now Zeus got it back. And ours it shall remain. So many. Ken Shamrock. Okay, so he doesn't have the Impact belt anymore, does Rhino? Lost it to AJ, who lost it to Havoc. And now it's back within their organization. I like looking at all this stuff. So, Nakajima lost it to Joe. Wow, Goshiyazaki has been the cornerstone of Noah for this entire 7 years. Look at that. 9 successful defenses before losing it to Joe, and then immediately wins it back and has won 17 title matches since. Like, just, you'll pry it out of his cold, dead hands at this point. Ultimate Dragon just basically only has Kaji Tomato to fight, I guess. Or Tajiri, it looks like. Yeah, we had this belt for a little bit. Zeus, I think, came to us, and then we immediately dropped the title Suwama, or shortly thereafter. It looks like it was inactive for a while because there's not too many defenses. Couldn't tell you the lineage of this, but I've pretty much left Dragon Gate on their own. Wow, Brother Yashi is like a 3-time champ. That would never happen in real life. Okay, the junior title of Ring of Honor started with Angelina Love. That's hilarious. Delirious, Red Titus, Vincent, back to Angelina Love, Bandito, Cheeseburger, Vincent, Bandito, Red Titus, Vincent, current champ. Sonata, PCO, 21 defenses, and then lost it to Ret Titus, and then he lost it to Sonata. Pretty good, because I don't think I've messed with Ring of Honor at all. Not nearly defended as often as I would think. This one either. Perhaps they just can't book them as often as other people can, like due to injury or, thinness of roster and so on and so forth. Oh, hey. Yeah, Scott Steiner was our inaugural NWA champion. I think they don't like set them necessarily. Oh, let me check first my. Hang on 1 second. Got to do my training center maintenance, even if I'm never playing the save again. I always got to do my training center maintenance. What's that talking about? Oh yes, it's up to the promotions themselves to like determine their first champion. So yeah, whatever match they have to crown a champ, Scott Steiner came out on top, which is pretty funny. But if you ask him, he probably had a 133% chance of winning the match anyway. Okay, that is done. That is done. I didn't even need to, but I just did it on the way out. And you're going to see me do this for the final time today. Quit, fire, promoter. That is it. That is the first generation of G1 I keep saying the first generation of G1. G1 is the first generation of the GWA. From our humble beginnings with only 6 people on our roster, wrestling in front of a few hundred people, to consistently selling out football stadium after football stadium, on our way to a triumphant finish as the #1 wrestling promotion in the world, at least in that universe. Now, when we come back next week, we are going to be starting all over again. We're probably going to have 6 created wrestlers that I have no idea what their skills are or what their moveset is, that I'm going to be booking into matches. And it's going to be on hard mode, and we have that self-imposed 3 strikes and you're out rule, where I'm not going to be gaming it too much. Like, we're going to stick with the decisions that are being made, and so on and so forth. Yeah, should be a good time. And again, I'm going to do all that, on cam. On cam for all of that. Let's find someone who spreads some love to. I see a suggestion already in the chat. I mean, I'd be headed there anyway. So let's go say howdy to Dork, who seems to be booting up their stuff. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out, everybody. Hopefully I see you next week for our reboot. And if not, thanks for hanging out for the entire first generation of the GWA.